sound check 1 2 1 2はいみんなえむりだよんこえむりHello I'm Hiiragi Emuri the cat-loving housewife from Glitch Stars Dreamers woohoo thank you for coming hello on YouTube hello on Twitch welcome Yakama hope you're doing well today hi Mina yeah hi Mina housewife loving cat girl sure whatever whatever hello Sky Rainpuff thank you for the 1 month arigatou welcome everyone yes today is Warhammer 40k day I know nothing absolutely nothing about Warhammer in general like this is gonna be my first ever exposure to it いやもう何も知らないんですよ Warhammer についてYou know I was just like you know I already like I know Warhammer it's like you know it's like a tabletop thing people like build you know kits and paint it I just like don't know the lore at all so I was like you know I already built Gunpla you know I feel like yeah, it's sort of connected you know maybe I should get into Warhammer as well so today I will be you know discovering what this is enjoy the ride Woody thank you yeah so today we're gonna be watching you know I figure like a lot of people have told me this is like where to start, right? We've got Bricky's video explaining every single Warhammer 40k faction. So I'm going to be watching this today. We're going to be watching part 1. It is a whole 50 minutes. Oh my god, there is a lot of lore, I guess. But if we have time, we could watch part 2 as well. And I know he also has a video on like the timeline, but you know, I was like, I don't know if I should watch it first. I don't know. So I don't know where I'm supposed to start, but I'm just going to start with the factions. Since I know people like to yap about the factions they like and stuff. No, don't get into Warhammer. Rip your wallet. It's okay. I have Glitch Stars to support my hobbies and obsessions. They can, you know... They can help, maybe. I don't know. Razio, thank you for the 14 months. Playable Nyakama for 11th edition, dayon? 11th edition? Playable Nyakama? Is this like a Warhammer, like, comment? I don't know. I don't know! Bricky's great for simple overviews and great to get started in, yeah? I know Bricky from I know he collabs with Matara a lot. So that's where I know him from. And I know Matara also likes Warhammer. So Warhammer 40k, the tabletop game, is on its 10th edition currently. Oh, okay, yeah, we need Nyakama. We need the Nyakama faction for 11th edition. なるほど, I see. But one 40k model costs like 3 HE gunpla. Yeah, it's expensive, right? And it's not even like you have to paint it yourself. But I guess, you know, maybe that's the fun. I don't know. I have no idea so far. Yeah. This game dates back to 1987. There's a lot to learn. What? Wowee. This is old and I don't know anything about it. Violin and Warhammer, definitely a good person. Hello. Yeah, shy. Adeptus Custodes and Grey Knight are my friends. Oh, Harlequins here. Welcome. Hello. Welcome, first-time chatters. Thank you for coming. I think the first novels were published as far as 1990. So this is like a multimedia thing, right? There's novels, there's games, there's tabletop games. I don't know. There's like a bunch of stuff, right? Alright. So, how about we get started? では、始めていこうか。Yeah, it is time! It is time for Warhammer! Welcome! Oh, whoops, I scrolled through the comments by accident. こ Emuri, wow! Hello, Pew Pew. Hello, Archer. Alright. Yeah, there's mucho. Yeah, it's very dense in terms of lore. Yeah, I don't know how it compares to Gunpla, but it's I need to also like watch videos on the lore for that as well and timelines. Yeah, sometime. Yeah. All right, how about we get started? Yeah. First Gunpla, now Warhammer figures. We'll worry about my wallet later. Yeah, we don't. I'm just watching video, guys. I'm not buying it or anything unless. All right, here we go. Every single Warhammer 40k faction explained, part 1. Okay, let me know if I need to adjust the audio at all. Okay, here we go.
As someone who doesn't necessarily serve the Omnissiah, but someone who can appreciate them, you will not be getting my legs today, as I will be replacing
this is like
them
4 years
with
old, I
various
think.
things depending on which faction we are currently talking about, to add a little bit more context and possible comedy.
He's just like a
to
VTuber.
Oh!
Oh my,
so,
he really
hello
is just like a
everybody.
VTuber.
My name is Bricky, and this is going to be a
Hello,
long
Bricky.
video and a large project that has been going on for quite some time. This is, I need 2 hands for this. This is every single Warhammer
there's music too in
40K
Warhammer?
race in kind of a nutshell, explained, a little bit of explanation, a little bit of lore, a
Is
little
the
bit of
soundtrack
talking about
good?
the tabletop, mostly lore, what they're all about, and also a little bit of background for those of you who just have no clue what Warhammer 40,000 is.
Me.
Now you see
That's me.
Warhammer and Warhammer 40,000.
I have no idea what any of this is. What country did Warhammer even originate from? Is it an American thing, an European thing? I don't know. The UK. Oh, it's from the British. The British invented Warhammer. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, thanks for letting me know. Did you notice that it's 50 minutes, but it's part 1? I did notice. It is a lot. You know it's British sci-fi because it's cruel and hopeless.
Is a universe people hear plenty of but don't know a whole lot about. They see, oh, there's these dudes in big power armor with chainsaw swords, and they got these big old green orcs, and there's some bugs over there, and everyone calls these guys weebs, and then there's these spiky bitches
That's
over
me.
here. I don't get it. I don't understand.
For real.
Where do I start? Well, this video is particularly for you, or for those of you who have a little bit of knowledge, but you're kind of curious about each of the different races and factions in Warhammer. So overall,
So is the audio okay, guys? Yeah.
the Warhammer universe is vast when it comes to lore and background, and each different faction is so different with the things that they believe in, and some are human, some are transhuman, like when they all have all these crazy ass electronics on them. You've got aliens, and you've got the chaos factions, and there's so much to entail that I decided to embark on this.
I quite like aliens. I think those are the Necrons. I actually know something. When I was like making my thumbnail, I was like trying to find a couple factions, and I found Space Marines and Necrons. So that's what I used for my thumbnail. So I know something. It's good? Okay, the audio is good? Okay, awesome. Thanks for letting me know. Thanks for the follows! Arigato! Yeah, weebs unite!
Project to tell you what each and every single one of them is about, and what the Warhammer universe is about as well, to give at least a little bit of an intro to this extremely bloated but very, very enjoyable world that I and many others partake in. So, I will be explaining every single faction in the Warhammer 40k universe, at least all the factions you can play.
How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? 17 factions! 17! What? How are you supposed to keep track of anything? Well, I mean, okay. At least that's like a lot of things to pick from. I can see why a lot of people would be like excited to get into this. Because like, yeah. Don't worry. A lot of them are sub-factions. Oh, okay. Yeah, easy. You don't. Oh, okay, gotcha. That's the neat part. You don't. I see. It's missing at least 2, really. Is this outdated? I mean, it is from 4 years ago, this video. Or maybe like they just didn't include like the smaller factions. I don't know. You can call Sunny your battle sister after this video, yeah? Oh yeah, I think Sunny already knows a bunch about Warhammer. Yeah. I should talk to her about it after watching. It's like how there's 300 kinds of RX-78 and Zaku in Gunpla, you know. Oh, okay. Thanks for explaining in Gunpla terms.
And some.
Oh, what the heck? Wait, I think I accidentally exited the video.
Every
No! What did I just press? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I think we're like right. I just clicked something. Okay, there you go. Here. I think we're...
Play action in
here we
the
go. We're
Warhammer
back.
40k universe. At least all the factions you can play as, and some smaller factions here and there. I will not be discussing absolutely everything in it because that is a little bit much, and I'm not going to go too mega deep into the lore. I'm going to give you a pretty solid overview of each of the different factions and have you learn a little bit about them, and we'll discuss a little bit of the tabletop as well in case you were curious about that.
Yeah,
but
curious.
For this episode entirely, we are
Tabletop
discussing
games.
the Imperium of Man because that takes up a fat chunk of Warhammer lore.
Oh boy. Here we go. We're in the section. What is Warhammer? Oh boy. It's like playing a card game. Lots of decks to choose from. I see. Just focus on the faction you like. I see. Okay.
What is Warhammer 40,000? Well, the 40,000 starts off is the year 40,000, the 41st millennium. That's where it takes place, is in the year 40,000, 41,000 AD. You're already more knowledgeable.
That makes a lot of sense.
First of many quotes in this video. It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 years, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods and master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology.
I'm already lost.
He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day so that he may never truly die. To be a man in such times is to be amongst untold billions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned.
TLDR, he's
Forget the
Emuri.
promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim, dark future, there is only war.
War never changes, dayon. I love lore. Give me the lore. I thought 40k was how big the army was. I don't know what I thought. Yeah, I don't know where that number came. I had no thoughts. Had empty.
There is no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter and the laughter of thirsting gods. Everything blows. And it blows fucking hard. Warhammer is probably the most dark and depressing universes ever in fiction, or at least like
I love dark and depressing. Yeah, I like it when my media is like super depressing. I don't know. I just like stories like that. Okay, I'm interested.
Top 3. Everything is so absurdly horrible, destructive, or overpowered that it all kind of ends up canceling itself out. It's like Dota. War rages across the galaxy. Interstellar travel is only possible due to sacrificing 1,000 souls a day to a rotting carcass of a man who you believe to be your god. Demonic gods and just demons tear open the fabric of reality on a whim. Other Xenos or even other humans end up killing each other in untold billions across.
So, like, are the gods real, or they're just like gods that are like, you know, like sort of how religion works? Like they don't they're not like a physical form, but like people worship them. I don't know. I gotta keep watching. They're real? Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So they're kind of like the supreme ruler. They're real and all of them petty. Real in the sense that they're powerful supernatural entities. Oh, okay. Oh, there's gods and he gets into them in part 2. I gotta get through part 1 to learn about what the gods are. Okay, gotcha. Oh, I see. All right.
The galaxy. It is a time of unending war, slaughter,
They're
and
real
a
and they can
bloodbath
hurt you.
amongst
Oh no.
everybody.
They're scary.
Planets are deemed unrecoverable and are completely destroyed on a whim. Everything sucks.
Then where does
But
everyone
that's
live?
like the charm of it. See, everything in Warhammer is evil, but being evil is kind of fun. Like humanity, in its own right, is a xenophobic, prejudice, and religious zealot group that kill each other just as much as they kill all of their enemies. And they're like mid to high tier evil.
Wait. there's like an evil scale. I see. Cause I thought there were like quote unquote evil factions and maybe like quote unquote like good factions. But is everyone just evil? It's just a matter of like how evil you are. I don't know. Part 1 is all about the humans. Oh, okay. Oh, they are all considered evil. Everyone is evil. Oh, okay. Evil universe. In the 41st millennium, everything is awful. War never changes, dayon. No, you're the bad guy no matter what. Gotcha.
On the evil scale of Warhammer, nobody is good. No matter who you are, everyone is some flavor, some color of evil. Whoever you pick,
He
you
answered my
are going
question.
to be the bad guy. But that's the fun of it. Because being the bad guy is badass.
Wait, that is cool. That is cool because you don't have to choose between good and bad. If everyone's just evil, you get to choose what shade of evil you are. Yeah, I see.
They're cool. They look cool. They got cool outfits. They got cool weapons. They got cool armies.
Wow.
Villains are cool, man. And when everyone is a villain, everyone is pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's what makes it so charming, is that everyone can be the bad guy.
Honestly, if I was in like an isekai and I got to choose whether to be the hero or villain, I would be the villain. I think, probably. I don't care about saving people. Anyway.
So let's start off talking about the main bad guy, quote unquote, the Imperium of Man.
All right. The Imperium of Man.
The Imperium of Man is the main empire of the human race. All of humanity
got, like,
is
cowboy
under this
pants.
one flag called the Imperium. And about 10,000 years ago, there was a man. He was the Emperor of mankind, a 10-foot-tall psychic demigod who led humanity across the stars to colonize tons and tons of worlds.
Oh, this is Metroid
create
Prime music?
superhuman soldiers,
Nice.
and really bring humanity to a
didn't realize.
new age. This man, the Emperor of Mankind, was a psyker. And a psyker is like a magician of sorts. In the world of 40k, there is the warp, the immaterial.
It does
kind
fit.
of like hell, but sort of like a purgatory dimension of hell. And a psyker is someone who can take that power and manifest it through their mind to use it to do stuff. Like witchcraft stuff, magician stuff, spells, and lots of other things, but we don't want to get too into that. The Emperor, big boy psyker.
There's
Top
wizards.
tier, A+, maybe even S. Now, the Emperor created a bunch of sons. Yes, created a bunch of sons known as the Primarchs. He created 18 Primarchs to have them lead all of the different legions
That's a lot of
humanity
sons.
to the different stars and planets to help colonize and bring
Yeah,
it out.
space wizards!
These Primarchs are basically like little versions of the Emperor. Not all of them are psychers, but a lot of them are very, very powerful, and they lead his special Space Marine legions. Then this big clusterfuck happened called the Horus Heresy, where the Emperor's favorite son, the Primarch, Horus, ended up joining Chaos and leading 9 other, well, I guess 8, 9 of the 18, half half
There's
of
so
his
many.
Primarchs directly to Earth to fight down the Emperor himself. Now, if you're wondering what
Oh.
chaos is, remember what I mentioned earlier? The warp.
So wait, he betrayed the emperor? I'm trying to follow to the best of my ability. Okay. Gotcha.
That Imperium, the hellish place, in there relies the 4 chaos gods. Imagine like Satan and 3 other Satans. The warp being kind of evil, those chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those
Wait, can we go back a frame? That chaos god on the bottom right looks kind of mommy. She has a nice design. Yeah, I'll keep my eye on her. Emily, no, do not say that. Wait, am I gonna regret this? Am I? Huh? Good taste? Oh, okay. You can't fix her. Maybe I don't want to fix her. I think she's lost. Ooh. Okay. Sheesh. Oh, we will get to her later. I'm excited. Now this is I want to learn about the gods. They seem kind of cool. Yeah, that's how she gets you. That's how she gets you. Well, I don't know. Maybe maybe people don't mind being dominated by a beautiful, lustful, tall mommy. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm just getting sidetracked. The future loves test tube babies. Oh, that's how they were created. Okay. But where is the segs? If it's all test tube babies, how do people enjoy anything? Okay, maybe I'm derailing. Maybe I'll learn.
Satans. The warp being kind of evil, those chaos gods, that's the reason. And so those chaos gods manipulated Horus, and then Horus helped manipulate all 8 other Primarchs to lead this giant coup directly on the Emperor on Earth. And they...
You know the future is grim when there's no more segs, Anyway.
Fucked up shit. After this huge civil war, Horus died, but not before brutally wounding the Emperor.
Oh.
And right at the end of his life,
Horus.
they put the Emperor on this large golden throne on Earth, in which he is now alive, just barely, but slowly rotting away, powering something called the Astra Militarum, so long as he stays alive, and is fed 1,000 people a day.
A day? That wow, he requires a lot to survive.
Astronomicon is like the North Star. If you want to do interstellar travel in 40k, you need to pass through that demonic warp I mentioned earlier. But how do you know where you're going? Well, the Emperor is there putting a nice little navigator right there. He helps navigate you to know where you're going. If you want to go from Earth to some crazy solar system across the way, you need to go through that warp, and then you need to know where you're going, go through there, and pop your way out. It's like doing nether travel in Minecraft, so you can shorten the distance between going to areas.
I don't play Minecraft,
so long as the
I don't know.
Emperor is alive and being fed 1,000 people a day to stay alive, you can do that. The moment he dies, interstellar travel's gone for all of humanity.
Oh.
You're so boned. Now, since the Horde...
Oh, yeah, I was just about to ask, why are they desperately trying to keep him alive? And then, he answered my question. No interstellar travel would suck. Yeah, okay, I see. Oops.
Heresy, 10,000...
Hang on, I accidentally full screened it. Okay.
Years ago, the Imperium has fallen from grace substantially. All technology has started to dwindle and die. There is now giant fundamental religious extremists that now believe the Emperor of Mankind was a deity, a true living god, which is probably the last thing the Emperor would have wanted to be remembered for. So now you have this thing called the Ecclesiarchy, which is this giant church entirely devoted to spreading the good word of the Emperor. He is now the Holy Emperor God, the God Emperor of mankind, and all of the Imperium has taken up worshiping him to the fullest extent and killing anything that isn't humanity in his name. Oh,
wow. Okay. Oh, Pretty much functions as a guide for interwarp travel. I see. The Emperor protects. He's their god and protects them. Okay. Can't they get another wizard to travel through space? I don't know. You take a shortcut through hell, and Emperor eats 1,000 souls a day to be the hell lighthouse. Man, watch Orb before this is pretty funny. Oh, dude, I've read the manga for Orb. Yeah. Chi, right? In Japanese, it's called Chi. Chikyu no Undo ni Tsuite. It's really good. I need to watch an anime. I was listening to the opening earlier. Nando demo, sakebu, kono kunai yo, no kaiju, yeah, so good. It's so good. Anyway, the things people will do.
Imperium has this futuristic gothic tone to it and a hefty religious zealotry to them. If you think anything against the Emperor, that's heresy and you deserve to die. That is called being a heretic.
Yeah.
Heretics die in 40k.
Being a heretic is not good because they will come after you, you know? Yeah, just like Orb, for real. Now I see the connections.
No such thing as freedom of religion. There's no such thing as freedom of speech so long as you are against the Emperor. There is no such thing as any kind of tolerance. Everyone is a religious zealot. Some more than others, but no matter what, you're preaching that good word. So right now, everyone in humanity is trying to expand their empire across the stars. If you are a heretic, someone who doesn't believe in the Emperor, you are deserving of death. If you believe in the Chaos Gods, you are also a heretic and you deserve death. If you are an alien race of any kind, you are a filthy Xenos and you deserve death as well. So long as the murder continues and humanity expands, the Imperium of Man is very, very happy. However, the largest fighting force of this Imperium is my personal favorite faction, and the first faction we will discuss, the Astra Militarum, or also known as the Imperial Guard.
Also, thank you so much, Tofu. Thank you. Thanks for subscribing. Arigato. Hello. And also, yippee, sub goal reach. Thank you so much. Arigato. We're watching Warhammer lore. Yeah. I meant watching before this is pretty funny. Yeah. I think I understood what you meant. The Emperor is a super powerful psyker, so his psychic presence is massive, and other psykers use that presence to navigate through the warp. Oh. So I guess, like, not anyone could just be the Emperor. Yeah. Yeah, got to get back. Have a good stream with you, Yakama. Thank you, Slimmer. Don't know how long I'll be here. Been going off of 6 hours of sleep 2 days in a row now. Oh, you should go get some sleep. Thank you for coming, though. It's him or nobody at this point. Yeah, okay, this makes sense now. Oh. Yeah, anything for soccer enjoyers. Let's go, fellow base soccer enjoyer. Yeah. Yeah, take that, Archer. Soccer enjoyers exist. This guy's content for Warhammer is so good. I feel like this guy is the Warhammer guy, at least like as far as I know. Yeah, I'm sure there's like other people that make Warhammer content as well, but like, yeah, this is a high effort video. He's explaining things for 50 minutes, and then he has another part 2 video where he explains things, and then he has another video on the timeline. Yeah. All right, let's learn about the Imperial Guards.
Now, man, you finished. That's it, man. Game over, man.
The Imperial Guard is the main fighting force of the Imperium, and in a world of horrifying creatures, galactic monstrosities, the literal demons themselves breaking through the fabric of time to kill you, the Imperial Guard are untold billions of regular men and women wearing modern day like flak armor with a laser rifle. This is
okay. Suggesting there can be another emperor is heresy. Oh, yeah. I don't know. What if the emperor being irreplaceable is emperor propaganda? Fits the lore. It does. But yeah, suggesting there can be another emperor is heresy. He's a gateway drug.
humble las gun, the main weapon of the Imperial Guard. It fires superheated plasma lasers at an extremely fast fire rate. It is reliable, never jams. It can blow off limbs, giant holes in concrete. It is overall an extremely devastating weapon.
Lasers are OP.
In modern day.
I learned from Gundam.
One of the weakest in the 40k universe.
Oh,
yeah,
what?
A laser rifle that never jams. It could blow off limbs. One of the weakest weapons.
What?
That's the world we're in right now.
What else do they
But
fight
who
with?
Cares? Because the Imperial Guard has, in each battle, 500,000 of these men and women. 30,000 large armored tanks, 10,000 artillery batteries. The Imperial Guard wins
Bigger
through
lasers?
sheer numbers and firepower.
I see.
They kind of have this World War I, World War II style aesthetic with legions of guardsmen as well as high company commanders and generals on the field.
Yeah, I do see the aesthetic. There's actually a faction that uses mecha in this universe. Which faction? Ooh. Pew pew. Yes, pew pew time.
With them and multiple kinds of troops. A normal Imperial Guard battle starts off with artillery, long lines of artillery, cracking the crust of the planet underneath the enemy's feet. And as this barrage continues, hundreds of thousands of guardsmen, a sea of guardsmen surges forward, firing and charging at everything possible while the planet rumbles as tanks roll up behind them.
This really is World War I trench warfare, suicide charges at enemy trenches vibe. Yeah, I have a question. Where is all this art from? Is it like from the games? Is it official? Like, I don't know where the art comes from. Yeah, I'm just wondering because there's so much art. Yeah, it's official arts. The rule books come with art. Oh, it's from the rule books. Okay. Yeah, I was like, where does it come from? Oh, the model kits come with it too, from the manuals and such. Official rule books. Oh, okay. And promo materials. Gotcha. Cool. From the books and games. Gotcha.
Ships block out the sun and tanks block out the dirt with the steps and hoofprints of millions of guardsmen. It is through numbers and sheer sundering firepower. They are the first and last line of defense for the Imperium and make up a huge bulk of the battles. The Imperial Guard is also made up of tons of different kinds of regiments. The Catachin jungle fighters live in a death world that's more hospitable than almost any firefight they'll ever get into. So they just have this steroid-looking, giant knife, Rambo Predator-looking sons of bitches where nothing is anywhere near as scary as a simple knight on their home planet. You have the Valhallan Winter Soldier.
Yeah, these guys all look very like human, quote unquote, you know? Because I know like there's gonna be like other factions that are like very like alien-like, but yeah, these guys are very human. Because they are human, I think.
Soldiers who haven't felt their toes in 300 years, the Mordian Iron Guard, who are more interested in making their shoes shine than actually fighting a battle, and then of course the big one, the Cadians from Cadia. The biggest export of guardsmen in the entirety of the Imperium. You will fire your first gun at 5. You will disassemble and reassemble it at 10. You will have pounding artillery drills day in and day out at 15. And you'll fight your first Swarm Lord at 16.
Whoa! Fighting that thing at 16? I don't know, man. I'm scared. I don't want to die. I don't even want to see that thing. Cadia became Cadiant. Never forget Cadia, boys. Cadia exploded recently in the lore after fighting for ages against space demons. Cadia's gone. Oh, rest in peace, Cadia. The planet fell before the guard people said. Rest in peace. Cadia, rip. Oh, Mieta-chan, welcome. Hello. Wait, do you know Warhammer? I know nothing. I am learning today about Warhammer. This is my first ever time watching anything Warhammer related. Hello, Miel. Thank you for coming. サイエンの歌から来ました。バイリンガルすごい。わあ、ありがとうございます。 Thank you, thank you. 回り道、ぬえさん来てくれてありがとう。ウォーハマーのね、動画見てます、今。ウォーハマーについてちょっといろいろ、今、学んでます。はい。Thank you for coming. さやの歌楽しかった。Hey, Mia knows about Kadia. Yeah, I was like, why is he crying? So, thanks for explaining, guys. That thing is a Tyranid. Essentially, they make xenomorphs from alien look like preschoolers. I'm scared of the Tyranids.
And if you mention Cadia, you will burst into an unrelenting amount of tears and sadness like I do daily.
I'm
To
so
quote,
sorry, Cadia.
I have at my command an entire battle group of the Imperial Guard. 50 regiments, including specialized drop troops, stealthers, mechanized formations, armored companies, combat engineers, and mobile artillery. Over 500,000 fighting men and 30,000 tanks and artillery pieces are mine to command. Emperor, show mercy to the fool that stands against me, for I shall not. The Imperial Guard are my personal favorite faction in 40k. They're the army I collect the most, the ones I enjoy playing the most, and the one I enjoy in the lore sense a lot. There's something about just a regular man with a laser rifle being told to charge the horrors of this universe and willingly doing so for his god emperor. It's just...
I see. I can see why a lot of people like them. Yeah. It's always so funny to see someone reacting to Warhammer. I'm just like, I am lost. But also, yeah, the videos make you a bit easier to follow. My brother's done Warhammer model kits, but he's thinking of moving to Gunpla, less expensive. Yes, come to Gunpla. Yes, come to us. Yeah, Gunpla's fun.
Poetic. They actually represent the main Imperial Guard tactics pretty well. Large amounts of artillery that doesn't require a line of sight, lots of tanks, tons of infantry, drop troops, and gunships. Overall, they're pretty similar to how they sound, though a little bit expensive to collect, unfortunately. And they don't hit...
I like the little commander there. with his hat and, gun and sash. It's painted very well.
They have a bit of a bad aim, but you don't really care because you're just drowning them in shots. However, if you want more accurate fire and specialization, we can move on to talk about Space Marines.
Ah! Yeah, I know the Space Marines. Yeah. They kind of look like mech-like. Wait, is that what you guys meant when you said the mech faction? Is it the Space Marines? Yeah, hello, welcome. Thanks for coming to the stream. I hope your day is going well so far. Thank you, Mono. Welcome. 40k is for filthy rich people? Oh, I guess I can't play 40k then. I am not filthy rich. Or you could go into debt for 40k. I also got into Gunpla after I bought a 40k set. Didn't care about the game, but enjoyed the painting. Oh, yeah, I've never really gotten into painting, so this would be interesting if I kind of experimented painting like a kid. Yeah, like even for Gunpla, I don't do any custom paints or anything. I just kind of build it. Imperial Knights are mechs. Oh. I must be in 40k debt soon at this membership rate. Space Marines are surgically enhanced humans. Oh, so they're like cyborgs? Maybe? Alright, let's watch.
The Angels of Death are up next. Space Marines are genetically engineered super soldiers and superhumans. They're given extra organs, their skin tissue is toughened, their bones are stronger, they're taller than the average person. They're pretty massive people. And these are the specialized super soldiers that carry out a lot of the more specific tasks for
Captain
the Imperium.
America style,
and there's tons of legions of them. In fact, there's one per Primarch. Each Primarch, the Emperor's son, as I mentioned before, oversees their legion of Space Marines. The genetic upgrade they get is based on the genes of said Primarch. It's something called a gene seed. That's what brings them up to this superhuman level. As stated, each Primarch has their own legion. Robot Girly Man has the Ultramarines, Jagatai Khan has the White Scars, Rogel Dorn has the Imperial Fists, Corvus Corax has the Raven Guard.
They
There's
all
a whole
look
bunch
bulky.
of other side sections that are also also extremely interesting and have a little bit more of a twist on the average Space Marines, which we will discuss in a bit. Humorously enough, I don't have a whole lot to say about...
So they're all like variations of the Space Marines? Which color do you want your Space Marine to be, Emuri? I'd probably want like a deep green, just because I like green. But I don't know, red is cool too. Yeah. Green? Yeah, I'm thinking an emerald green would be nice. Oh no, wait, why? Why? Oh no. Salamanders? Oh, is that what they are? Base salamanders? Salamanders for the win? So there's like a Space Marine for each color, I'm assuming. And green will be salamanders? Oh, she's a salamander! You know, I don't hate the sound of that. Salamanders of blood angels. Salamanders or blood angels. Oh, so are blood angels red? Oh, dark angels are green too. Okay. You'll love the salamanders. Ooh, exciting. You picked a good color. Can we link stuff? I usually do not allow links. I don't think it works on YouTube. I don't know about Twitch, but usually I don't take links. But if you want to link anything, you could send it to my Discord instead. Yeah. And like in my Discord server, like usually you could link in live stream chat and stuff. Yeah. It's easier to see like embeds that way as well. Yeah, salamanders are like the Shiro Emiya of the universe. Very nice people. Really? Oh my gosh! Let's go! People die when they're killed. I love Shiro Emiya. Therefore, I should like the salamanders, right? She's cooking with good taste. Ooh, okay. Is he gonna get into it? I want to learn about them now. You guys are making me curious. I want to learn about them now. All right, let's see.
Space Marines. They're superhumanly fast. In fact, it's been said that nothing that large should move that quick. These men in power armor moving at blazing fast speeds. Their reflexes are faster. Their skin is tougher. They are overall just extremely powerful soldiers. In fact, where they differ comes down to which Space Marine Legion we're talking about. For instance, the Ultramarines done by Robot Gilliman are the main blue boys. Strong in almost every way.
I won't be able to pronounce anything.
Group that are a little bit too strong, and that's a lore problem, but
I think
the
these are the
White
guys I
Scars
saw.
by Jagatai Khan are all about speed freaks, go fast. We're talking attack bikes.
Oh,
we're talking
the
land
bikes.
speeders. You want to go in quick.
The bikes are really cool. I like the big tires.
Hit them hard. You want them to be swarming around like buzzflies. Buzzsaws.
Buzzsaws.
With the speed of buzzsaws. Fuck you, Pale King.
What? I don't get the Hollow Knight reference. Salamanders are big and pyromaniacs. Ooh, burn it all! Burn it all! Let's go! They're nicer to humans than most Marines. Okay. I understood that reference. Yeah, you like Hollow Knight, right? He has a video going over the legions as well. Oh, gotcha.
Love fire. Fire in the forge, fire in battle. Flamer.
Is this green guy, is he a salamander? Wait. Is this that guy? Yeah, he's got like fire? Yeah, that's salamander there on the screen. Yeah, he's got his gigantic blowtorch. No, I guess that's not a blowtorch. It's like that is gigantic blowtorch. That is a flamethrower. Yeah, burn, baby, burn. Okay, yeah, I think I like them. It's a Zaku man. You know, I kind of see the resemblance. Man, a flamer. That's fun.
Melta guns, multi-meltas. Just so long as something can be burning, that's big. And they're also actually some of the nicest of the Space Marines. A lot of Space Marines have this kind of like holier than thou thing because of their genetic strength. However, the Salamanders tend to put human lives above the lives of themselves, which is actually rather rare. They're also all black, but not like just regular black, like 2 a.m. line at a White Castle. Black. Like they have a charcoal, dark, ashy exterior and blazing red eyes. Whoa. Apparently something about living on their home planet of Nocturne, which I don't know if that makes much sense, but who cares? This is like fantasy land anyway. Overall, salamanders are actually one of my personal favorite legions because they're just really cool. They're
He
fun.
likes them too. I didn't know that. Okay. なるほど.
To play as because of all their flamer weapons, and they have a nice, like, more heartwarming lore as opposed to being super evil like everyone else is.
Okay.
Oh my god, we're not even a quarter of the way through the Space Marine legions. Imperial Fists believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage.
What were those freaky looking angels? What the heck is that? Okay, I guess it's not an angel, but like the little baby flying like in the top right. What the heck is that? What the heck is that? What are babies like in this universe? Are babies a thing? Like servo babies? You don't want to know? Oh, we don't talk about those? Oh, okay. I will not ask. The Imperial Fists are Miwa Bell's favorite legion. Oh, thanks for letting me know. Miwa Senpai.
Believe in the power of the siege and defensive positions. Raven Guards, master of stealth and sabotage while having bird helmets. Iron Hands, masters of machines and vehicles while being really goddamn good at being sold on eBay after one nerf. Space Wolves, Vikings and wolves, tons of wolves and axes, battle axes, fur everywhere.
That's
Space
cool.
Wolves, angry.
The furries.
Big teeth. Blood Angels, the genetic defect to make them want to drink blood and go crazy, called the Red Thirst. They have
they drink blood? Oh, no wonder they're called Blood Angels. I thought it was just like a color thing because they're like red. Oh, that's very interesting.
Wings and stuff.
Vampires.
It's a little bit strange, and they are all super gay for Sanguinius. Dark Angels are old school knights.
Wait,
inner circle.
Who's Sanguinius? Wait, I need to see that guy again. You know, yeah, that checks out. I mean, look at him. He's like a pretty boy, right? He's like a bishonen. Yeah. Oh, he's the Primarch who founded them but died. Oh. Yeah, honestly, if that was my Primarch, I'd probably be pretty loyal too. Yeah, I see the vision, right? Yeah, the Blood Angels are into BL because of Sanguinius. Base.
Sanguinius. Dark Angels
are the angel / vampire daddy. Ooh.
Old school knights and inner circle theme and...
Oh.
Are you a heretic?
Me? No, never. Once in a blue moon, I know.
Death Watch, a fancy anti-Xenos group that nobody plays because Death Watch and look cool though, but no one plays them. I don't know about Death Watch. They're there though. Black Templars, for the people who, if you haven't prayed at least 3 times a day, you're gonna start praying out that airlock. And I'm sure there's some other chapters I may have missed as well, like Crimson Fists and stuff. But those are the main ones right here. Here. Quote from the Emperor himself. They shall be my finest warriors, these men who give of themselves to me. Like clay I shall mold them, and in the furnace of war I shall forge them. They shall be of iron will and steely sinew. In great armor I shall clad them, and with the mightiest weapons shall they be armed. They will be untouched by plague or disease, no sickness shall blight them. They shall have such tactics, strategies, and machines that no foe will best them in battle.
By plague or
they
disease.
are my bulwark against the terror. They are my defenders of humanity. They are my space marines, and they shall know no fear. And on the tabletop, they fuck. Oh, they fuck hard.
They look so cute.
Video, Space Marines are laughable.
It's funny because you see them in the art and they look like terribly menacing, and then like the tabletop versions are like kind of cute. Like they're not exactly chibis, but like you know, they just got like, you know, those proportions. Yeah, they look kind of more cute.
Strong. That might change at some point, but overall, Space Marines just have it's like a Swiss Army knife. A tool for anything you need, except it's like a gold-plated Swiss Army knife. It is extremely strong. If you are actually getting into the tabletop of Warhammer, Space Marines are a great start. Also, whatever gameplay style you have, whether you want to be sit back with long range and heavy weaponry, go fast and run in, or even just full melee, all of these options are totally there for you. Space Marines are super badass, but unfortunately, it's time we start praying to our new god, the 2011 Honda Civic.
What? What? Untouched by plague or disease, but then Death Guard? Oh, can Death Guard touch them? ウォーハマー調べたミニチュアゲームから派生したものなんですね。そうそう、なんかね、イギリスのものらしい。うん。で、なんかガンダムみたいにね、なんか自分でなんか組み立てられるなんかキットとかあるみたい。うん、そうそうそう。Adeptus Mechanicus, my goat. Oh, this is the mech guys. Oh, wait, let's go, mech. こちらメカのね、なんかやつみたい。次の人種人種って言えばいいのかわかんないけど、ウォーハマーの世界の。Let's go, the mechs!
Any wonder people are afraid of technology.
Technology! The Adeptus Mechanicus. The Adeptus Mechanicus are a technophile cult on Mars.
Nice legs.
Now, these people are a little bit weird because they don't actually really believe in the Emperor of Mankind.
Mars.
And you might think, oh, whoa, Berkey, that sounds like some heresy. A little bit. They believe in the Emperor. They believe in his power, but they don't pray to him. They pray to something called the Omnissiah.
What?
And
that thing looks kind of freaky, not gonna lie. I should probably not say it's freaky because I'll be a heretic. No, they're not the mech guys. They're the robot guys. Oh, it's different? Why don't they just put a Honda Civic on the throne if it's such a god? I guess they don't have Honda Civics in, in year 40,000. They're fairly closely related to the mecha guys. A lot of these factions have a level of overlap. Gotcha. Yeah. Mostly cyborgs. Oh.
Omnissiah is this kind of machine god that they believe permeates in all machines. And if you think, well, wait a minute, they believe in a different god as well? That sounds like super heresy. Well, yes-ish, but they also make all your guns, and they make all your tanks, and they make everything that you have.
Oh,
so
they make all the weapons? They're the cyborg biotech horror questionable morality in the pursuit of science, guys. Oh, wait, that's really interesting. Also, that's a big guy in the background. Like, I thought it was a building for a second, but I think is that a guy? Yeah, I think that's a guy. That's one of the Imperial mecha. Oh, it's a mecha. Yeah, he looks huge. He looks like a whole ass building.
You can't really tell them to fuck off because you're not going to win nothing if you don't got stuff to
an
shoot
absolute
people
unit.
With. See, their Omnissiah, this makes sense from their standpoint. They believe it to be a deity that permeates through all machines. Your Honda Civic, your standard bolt gun, your Dune Strider Walker, your giant mechs, your huge ships. The Omnissiah is present through all. And the only reason your stuff works is because the machine's spirit in it says it works. If you want your gun to work, your tank to run, you must pray to it.
Oh.
And I mean full stop. You need to
Hey, it's like Bleach, where like the swords are like sentient, you know. you have to talk, you have to speak to your sword for it to listen to you, you know.
Start chanting in high Gothic. You need to burn incense. You need to sit on your knees and pray to that car. You need to rub oil on your robes. And you need to go, ahomina, homina, 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 homina. Full stop. If you want your damn thing to work, if you want your gun to fire, you need to do that. They are very bizarre, and they actually have a bit of a point because it's obviously working. And if you look at them, I don't know how that works, so they obviously know something about
They
what
look
they're
so
doing.
freaky.
The most notable member of the Adeptus Mechanicus is Magos, whatever, Belisarius Call. Look at this dude. Look at this dude. Yeah.
He's a big dude.
These are these weirdos. Here, the Omnissian Creed.
He looks like a mad scientist, you know, that experimented on his body like crazy. they basically lost a lot of information about why stuff works during the apocalypse, and Adeptus Mechanicus formalized maintenance and construction of machines as rituals. Oh, so that's why they don't know. Flesh is weak. Yeah, who needs flesh? Me reading out prayer to make my toast in the morning. You have to pray to your toaster. Imagine Space Marines shouting "Bankai" before every engagement. Honestly, I mean, sorry, you know, the weeb in me, the anime otaku in me is like, oh my gosh, it's just like Bleach for real. I'm so sorry. スチームでゲームが出たのは知ってたけど、日本で知られてないだけで有名なシリーズなのは分かった。そうそう。なんかエムリもね、なんかアニメオタクだから、なんかこういう系のものを今までなんか見たことないんだよね。なんか触れたことない。初めて。そうそうそう。Yeah, I'm like a huge like anime otaku, right? So like for me, like everything like I've kind of like delved into in terms of hobbies until now were like anime related. So like this is why like this is very interesting to me, and I've like never really like engaged with it before. Is just because it like isn't like related to anime. Yeah. It's new.
The credo, omnissiah. There is no truth in flesh, only betrayal. There is no strength in flesh, only weakness. There is no constancy in flesh,
weak.
only decay. There is no certainty in flesh, but death. Flesh is weakness, flesh is death. The Omnissiah is the god of the machines, and if you wish to be whole, if you wish to be holy, if you wish to give unto him, you must saw down your limbs and remove...
Yeah, abandon your flesh. And this is where the anime otaku in me goes like, oh my god, it's just like Night on the Galactic Railroad 39, you know? 銀河鉄道39みたいだ。アニメオタク。You're saying the anime girl is a weeb? Oh my gosh, who would have thought? Oh yeah, Ghost in the Shell too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of sci-fi stuff that's like this, you know? Yeah, Galaxy Express. Sorry. Yeah, I'm getting my stuff mixed up. Yeah, Galaxy Express 39. That's what I meant. Yeah. Thank you for correcting me. I don't even know what I said, but that's whatever I said. Yeah, that's what I meant. I meant Galaxy Express 39.
Your organs and replace them with mechanical parts, because that is what he wants, and that is how you will become
ship is cool.
Enlightened.
The spaceship.
Hard technophiles mixed with religious extremism. Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, for their army side of things, they are with the Scutari. The Scutari operate with very bizarre weaponry and lots of different kinds of vehicles, tanks, and different people in between. They're very weird, but they have extremely wacky and enjoyable, and in fact quite effective both in the real game and in the lore, weaponry and gear. Overall, as an army on the table...
I find it interesting, right? Okay, I find it interesting that they're like all... you know, like all about like the machinery and like mechanical like limbs and stuff, but they're wearing clothing, you know, like why are they? I know it's probably, I don't know, is there like a reason they're wearing that, or it's just like decoration, you know? I mean, I guess like, you know, it looks nice. Oh, they're priests too, so like even if they're robots, you know, they gotta wear these like religious robes. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was just like, why are they wearing clothing? Yeah, okay, gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of them are slaves. Oh, well, for Skitari, it's probably to show ownership. Oh. I was exposed to it as a middle schooler. There was never any hope for me. Oh my gosh, you're in deep. They don't want to catch a cold, so they have to bundle up.
Game and in the lore, weaponry and gear. Overall, as an army on the tabletop, they're very weird and have a whole bunch of different shenanigans, but if you like kind of that quirky, wacky techno thing, I'd give them a pickup. Hell, they're so paranoid. I gotta keep going. They're so paranoid and crazy. These Dune Striders you see right here, one guy was able to make them work. One guy, and he died. And they're so scared they'll never work again that they keep them
tall
on
guy.
and they never turn them off, and they run around in a circle the whole time until they need them, and then they corral it and they go into battle. Yep. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Now, if you want to talk about faith, though, Let's talk about the Sisters of Battle.
Ooh.
A simp has fallen for an eagle in Lego
Wait, a simp. I was about to say, ayo.
City.
The Sisters of Battle.
Ayo. I like the hair. Girls. Ayo, is this where we get the bishojos? I am interested. The battle nuns? Ooh, okay. OMG, woman. Woman. Woof, woof.
The Adeptus Sororitas, if that's how I pronounce it correctly, is an all-female group of battle sisters going through the ecclesiarchy section.
You
of
have my
the
attention.
Imperium. The ecclesiarchy is, of course, the church. This is, imagine a private army of the church, which is scary, and it is. The sisters are an extremely zealotous force, and they take this to a full extreme. They believe in three main things: faith, martyrdom, and fire. Through the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, the Sisters of Battle are extremely potent at
Look, I like fire. Yeah. And also, that armor looks very nice. Yes. It's got nice curves.
taking out chaos and heretics, mainly heretics, because as they are a fighting section of the ecclesiarchy church, that's the big thing they want to kill. Any form of heretic will face the Emperor's justice through those three main weapons, the bolter, the flamer, and the melta, and they will do so with extreme prejudice.
I like the music. Burn the heretic. It fits their form well, if you know what I mean. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Literally,
wink.
They are the closest things we have to nuns in space. And I'm talking
Yeah,
hardcore nuns.
space nuns.
They carry holy fire on their backs. They have holy books and sigils all across their armor. Their main battle tank is a fucking pipe organ missile
What? That's a battle tank? Okay, that's really cool.
launcher. They have small babies that they have removed their brain capacity to make them little servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit.
So that's what those were that I pointed out earlier. Oh. Yeah, I did ask about the babies. Oh. Well. Flying baby zombie robots is the standard. At least the tank was cool. Yeah, I don't know about the babies, but okay. Yeah, remember everyone is evil. True.
Servant cherubs to fly around and give them ammunition and shit.
That's crazy.
They drop churches from low orbit as mini drop pods onto battles. They drop churches into battles and
Why?
they blare war hymns and holy music from their frigates in low atmosphere and shower holy water across the battlefield. These are the people you are dealing with, and they're
Sisters of Battle showering holy water over me. Yeah, sure.
fucking awesome. They can literally stave off demons.
Okay, that thing is freaky.
On the tabletop, because their faith is that strong. Remember the warp, the demons from the warp? Well, the warp also manifests in your mind. All of your emotions, negative and positive, go through the warp. It's the immaterium, the place of all things. So if you are that mentally fortified, that mentally strong, you can stave off horrifying demons.
Wow. If you can think of a better way to carry ammo, Emuri, than a zombie baby robot, we'd like to hear it. I don't know. Zombie birds? I don't know. But why babies? I don't know. I think, I don't know, like I was thinking like carrier pigeons or something. But maybe the pigeons would die easily. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Arigato. I like my woman faithful to the emperor. We support women's wrongs here in the 41st millennium. Yeah, carrier pigeons, but for ammo. Okay, maybe the ammo will be too heavy. But like, it's not like babies can hold a lot too, right? Like, I don't know. I haven't thought about this. Where would I apply this, like, what would I use this knowledge for? I haven't thought about this.
And all these girls, not a crack in that mental armor.
Whoa.
Now, as much as a meme as they are, and as much as their models look a lot like Ongo the Bloglian, yeah, which I can't unsee anymore.
Now I can't
gotta
unsee
say,
it.
I love their design.
Bro, I wasn't even thinking that, but now that he put the image there, I'm not gonna unsee it. Thank you for subscribing. Arigato.
They're extremely cool. They're another army that I'm currently collecting. They just released a whole new line of figures very recently.
Dude, that organ tank figure goes freaking hard. I wonder how large that is. That goes so hard. And like, I know that you have to paint these. Like, whoever painted this did like a really good job. It's so badass. Yeah. Whoa.
And they look wonderful. Everything from Celestine, the living, literally undying saint, from the triumph of Saint Catherine, which is literally a funeral procession as a model. Those organ tanks I mentioned earlier.
Whoa.
This shit is the most over-the-top badassery in a lot of the Warhammer universe, and goddamn it, is it over the top. But Sisters of Battle are so cool. While I'm a guardsman at heart, this is such a cool faction. By Bolter Shell, Flamer Burst, and Melta Blast, the mutant, the heretic, and the traitor alike are cleansed of their sin of existence. So it has been for 5 millennia, so shall it be until the end of time. And speaking of burning demons.
Oh, more burn. I like how he like slapped his paper down. I think it's also about $40 to $60 USD. Oh, just for like the tank. But then you have to get like paint and stuff, right, to paint it. Yeah, the designs are beautiful. They are.
I can see!
I can fight!
The Grey Knights are the first army I actually collected back in 7th edition. The Grey Knights are a super secretive and much more old school look at power armored knights, except they are all psychers. All of them have that crazy space magic magician shit. For every 100,000 guardsmen, there's one Grey Knight. For every 10,000 Sisters of Battle, there's one Grey Knight. For every 1,000 Space Marines, there's one Grey Knight. Grey Knights are the strongest of the strong, both in mental will and absolute just strength. These are Space Marines that are all high-level psychers, all of them able to specifically do one goal, and that is kill demons. The Emperor believed that the demons of chaos were the #1 threat to the Imperium, and he probably is right. However, this group is entirely based on doing that through a myriad of tactics. Coming from the planet, or I guess the moon, of Titan in the Sol system, the Grey Knights are thrown through extremely rigorous training and are as clear of mind and soul as they possibly can be. Since the demons of the warp are the warp and your mind projects to the warp, people can go insane very fast, especially lower level psychers.
So like, I'm already lost in terms of like the power level of everything. So he says these things are like really strong. So like, can we get much stronger? Like, is there like a I don't know, is there like a tier list in terms of like strongest, like, you know, Warhammer factions and stuff like that? Pro Demon Slayers. Yes, we can. Power levels are kind of anime in Warhammer 40k. They're strong comparatively. Yes, more stronger. Oh boy. Hello, Kendra. Welcome. Yeah, hi. Most psychers are not that strong. Oh, the strongest faction is the author's favorite faction. Yeah, they got the pro tag buff or whatever. They're the strongest depending on who the writer is. Gotcha. Okay. Oh, cause I'm like everyone seems like very strong. Oh. All right, let's go back.
These Grey Knights need to be able to harness the warp in the presence of demons and stay perfectly sane. One of their characters, one of my favorite characters, is named Castellan Crow. He has a demon blade, the black blade of Mahamahama, and he has to have it on him because it tempts everyone nearby, constantly beckoning them. Use my power, use my strength, suck my penis, whatever the possibility.
Whoa!
And so he has to keep it on him all the time as this thing whispers to him consistently, and he has to stave it off forever, being alone in his chambers or on the battlefield, because anyone who gets too close to it might be tempted a little too hard. He is that pure of heart and mind, and all.
Yeah, the Demon Blade stuff feels very anime. Kinda like it. All
the characters in the Grey Knights are basically like that. The only issue is that Grey Knights have a scorched earth policy, more ways than one. If they're fighting demons, demons corrupt and make people crazy. So if I'm a guardsman and I'm fighting demons and the Grey Knights arrive and they kill all the demons.
Hey yo, Bricky! Hey yo!
Fighting demons.
Ricky, kinda. I see you, Ricky. He's trying to, he knows I'm a weeb. He's trying to keep me engaged. Yeah, Bricky knows what's up.
And the Grey Knights arrive and they kill all the demons. I'm a risk. And so guess who's not making it out of there? On the tabletop, they're very strike fast, strike hard kind of people. They teleport all around the place. They are fast strike groups, small amounts of models because they're so dang strong. You only have so many characters, but with it, you get in there, you're very tough, very tanky, you hit really hard, and you try to bounce around the battlefield quickly, but you don't have numbers, and so every dead Grey Knight hits really damn hard. They're fun, though, if you like that kind of fast-striking kind of army. Oh, and also, Caldor Drago is a thing. We're not even going to get into Caldor Drago. All right, that is, oh my goodness gracious. I am the hammer. I am the mail about his fist. I am the spear in his hand. Though we are lost, I am the shield on his arm. I am the flight of his arrows. I am the hammer.
Yeah,
I am the sword.
he knows
I
his
am the
audience.
Shield. I am a soldier at the battle at the end
Anime
of
girl.
time. Grey Knights are pretty hardcore. They are as holy as you can get for a Space Marine. If you like Space Marines and you want to, you don't think they're holy enough, you want to be holier?
Yeah, I want to be
And you want to be
super
holier
holy.
and big.
I want to be holy. I want to be glowing. Also, whoa, this guy looks menacing.
Let's talk Imperial Knights.
Oh, Imperial Knights!
Do you like gigantic walkers the size of homes or medium size?
Jesus. That is a big boy in the back. Imperial Knights, my goat. Here it is, Pew Pew. Your favorite. Oh, mecha time. Ayo. Chonky boy.
Buildings? Do you want to kill heretics, but you want to kill like 40 of them?
Yeah,
per
kill the
turn?
heretics.
Do you want a gigantic old school knight noble house style of walkers with giant chainsaw arms? Then you got Imperial Knights. Imperial Knights, it's not a whole lot to talk about them because they're just gigantic walkers, but they have this old school like house feel to them, like literally like they're houses. Each Imperial Knight comes from a house, and each of them act in their own special way. These behemoth of walkers also destroy almost everything in their path, killing full swaths of squads in a couple shots, stepping on legions of troops. Like, these things do not mess around, and they look so cool. Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights, actually, for that matter, don't have a whole lot to discuss. They're just super big, heavy walkers, and they look different depending on your
background
house or
here.
chaos god you currently believe in. And overall, these things are just really cool if you want to murder everything in your path.
I like that. I like the like snowy background, but then like the burning, character in the foreground.
They're the big, scary, big unit of Warhammer, and if you want to collect them, go to town. They're good for a great painting project too. Getting more back down to earth.
Purge.
Let's talk something about a little bit different, a little more gold.
Oh, okay.
If guardsmen are regular
Gold
soldiers,
boys. I like gold.
Space Marines are super soldiers. Grey Knights are super soldiers. The Adeptus Custodes are super soldiers.
This is giving me like, oh my god, this is giving me like Spartan vibes, maybe a little.
Cubed. The Adeptus Custodes are the third major army I own. I know 3 armies. I know I got carried away. Okay, but that's all. I only have 3. Okay. They are our final brand of Space Marines, but these ones are super special. Okay.
Wait, we're still on Space Marines. I didn't even know we were still on Space Marines. Oh! What? Okay. このゴツゴツしたデザインが人気なの見るとトランスフォーマーが人気なのもわかる。確かにね。なんか似てるよね。その辺。Yeah, I could see why the Imperial Guards are popular. The big chunky boys. Chunky mechs. Wait till we get to the Chaos Marines. Oh boy. They're technically Space Marines. Technically. Gotcha. Wait till we get to the Chaos Marines. Grey Knights, Space Marines, and Custodes are basically Space Marine factions. Oh.
A Guardsman is 6 foot, a Space Marine is 7 feet, a Custodian is 8 feet. These are the giant defenders of Holy Terra, which is also Earth. Earth is Terra.
Okay.
Themselves. These are the people that literally guard the Emperor's throne room. Hence, Custodes. These boys protect the Emperor's throne room at all times and are literally like handcrafted people. They're not humans brought up by a gene seer or something. These are all handcrafted super soldiers. I think from a tube. These behemoth.
So they're like customs? Like each one is a custom? I don't know.
Men are like 8 feet, 8.5 feet tall and functionally immortal. They stand still, spear in hand, for hundreds of years.
Functionally
without the
immortal.
need to sleep and barely even the need to eat. Watching over the throne room and every other area of Holy Terra for their entire purpose in life. And oh my lord, are they terrifying. These Custodians put Space Marines to shame. If you liked your super soldiers, these are your super mega soldiers. One of these men can take on probably 3 Space Marines and most likely win. There are many different groups of
okay, like they're like now that they're like uber strong. Like they're functionally immortal or whatever. Yeah, I am so lost in terms of the power levels. Oh my gosh. Also, yeah, nice pants, Breaky. Nice pants.
Custodians as well, like the Solar Watch, or there's also one of my personal favorite, the Aquilan Shield. The Aquilan Shield go out to seemingly unimportant individuals and protect them because they believe that they are going to be doing something very important in their lives. For instance, let's say a regular guardsman gets the protection of this giant 8.5 foot tall golden god because that guardsman will end up becoming a general one day or something of that nature. The Custodians work in mysterious ways and are almost always outnumbered but never outmatched. These people are pretty horrifying, both on the tabletop as well as in the lore. There are very few of them, however, and there's actually an extremely small amount of them, but that's kind of the point. There's only so many of these people that can have war gear this strong, weapons this powerful, and training this good. And the Custodians have all 3 of it. For 100 years, I stood my watch amidst the somber shadows of the Sanctum Imperialis. I was still as a statue, but always ready. Always attuned to dangers unseen. Days, months, years passed by in a frenzied blur beyond those walls, yet within, little moved and nothing changed. For 100 years, I did not but wait. Yet had any threat appeared, I would have struck it down in a heartbeat. For 100 years, I stood my
100
watch,
years.
and as it ends, I can tell you this. Patience is a weapon.
Oh,
The
boy.
Custodians are the top
They are resilient. Yeah. 100 years.
dogs of the Imperium, and they hurt just that same way. Though I do
Pretty sure one custode, sorry, took out half an armada of Black Templars before dying. Oh, wow, okay. Jeez.
want to discuss a little bit about the Sisters of Silence before we get out of here, because the Sisters of Silence I also have a few of, and they're really fun, but they don't get enough attention. They're eggheads.
They're eggheads. Oh, booba, but egghead. I didn't even notice the booba until you pointed it out. Like I was so fixated on their heads that I did not see the booba. Yeah, I was like bald.
Kind of bald plume ladies are a whole group of pariahs, or also known as blanks. We'll be referring to them as blanks from now on. So as every mind is somewhat connected to the warp, these blanks are a genetic mutation that has it suppressed heavily. Because of that mind suppression, normal people feel this weird, like, uncomfortable nature when around them. When a Sister of Silence walks past them, you feel ill. You feel just uncomfortable and strange. So most of them don't actually live past childhood, because once they are birthed, they're, well, you know, killed or something at a very young age, because they just emit a horrifying aura. These ladies, however, are guardians of the throne as well for more psychic threats. See, none of the custodians are psychers, so they have a difficult time dealing with major demons and other kinds of psychic phenomena. These sisters are extremely specialized in it, all of them taking a vow of silence as they don't speak, hence the term Sisters of Silence, but they communicate through hand gestures.
Okay, that
and
makes a
things
lot
of
of
that
sense.
nature. But if there's a demon issue, if there's any kind of warp-based problem, the sisters are extremely adept at dealing with them, thanks to their blank gene. They normally work a lot of time with the custodians because they have to deal with both kinds of threats, but they're not represented that way on the tabletop. In fact, they only have like one real model for them, which is very unfortunate. I hope they'll get some like news soon, because
So they're not that popular? Is that why they don't really have any kids?
I think they should really be working together as it is that way in the lore, but hopefully we'll get there soon. But if we're talking about
Let them cook.
blanks, let's talk assassins.
My precious power ring, gone forever.
It's been a long video. We're about to round it out. We got this and one more human thing, and then we're done. The assassins, though, the
right.
Officio Assassinorum.
How
ooh,
far are we into the video? 40 minutes. Okay. We got you in there. Assassinorums. They're basically part of Custodes' army. They just don't really do anything but the one thing they do. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see why like that wouldn't be as like exciting. There's not a lot of directions to take them. I see.
oh boy, these people are deadly. Yeah, they're called assassins. They should be, but oh man.
Oh yeah, and the Custodes are like the cream of the crop, but they're very few in numbers. Oh. That's to keep them from being like overpowered.
People will mess you up. So these are from the Officio
Though they're probably already
Assassinorum, a
overpowered.
very special organization, and they are handpicked by the Grand Master of the Officio Assassinorum from the what was it called? Schola Progenium.
So many words.
It's basically an orphan school. Your parents got murdered by demons or something. You get sent to this, and you get trained to be whatever. Tempestus Drop Troop, an Inquisitor, maybe even.
Inquisitor.
Maybe you get a blank gene and you get thrown into the Sisters of Silence, or sometimes you just disappear. When you are taken, however, you go to one of 4 temples, because the Assassinorum works in the temple style of things. These temples are the Vindicare, Caluxus, Calidus, and Eversor temples. Let's start with the Vindicare. I'm far away. I've been sitting here for 3 weeks.
So what are they assassinating?
Poof! The Vindicare Temple is the main sniper-based temple. Gigantic sniper rifles for all these assassins. Their whole point is to be able to be in a spot and sit there, eye and scope, for weeks, waiting for their perfect target, taking people out from literal miles away.
Wow. Whatever they're assigned to kill, human and xenos. Oh, okay. So it like depends. Hello, first time chatter. Welcome. Hello, too lazy to name. Irashai. Thank you. Anyone who they're told to, heretics, space demons, whatever. Gotcha. Okay, so they like, work based on the job. I guess that makes sense since they're assassins. A lot of the words are just bastardized Latin. Gotcha. No wonder they sound kind of like Latin.
After extremely long time periods. The Vindicare Temple is about precise, perfect aim. There have been reports of Vindicares being able to single out particular body parts from over 2-3 miles away. Temples in the head, the jugular, for instance, and been sitting there after weeks. And when they're ready, take that shot. Time is done.
That's powerful.
Packs them up. The Custodes Temple, however,
the waiting
is
game.
a lot more about shape-shifting and deviant art. It's
Oh,
mostly a female-based one, or at least it seems.
Oh, okay, I see. Okay, we're back with more booba. They kind of look like the not the Custodes. The Sisters of Silence. Yeah, they look like the Sisters of Silence, but like not armored. Yeah, very similar
to be, and this allows a lot of body augmentation for certain individuals to
they look like Venom.
Transmorph themselves and infiltrate areas.
Yeah, it's a top notch.
These assassins will end up taking missions that take them years, 2-3 years, to infiltrate a heretical group and slowly work their way up, just to get enough time to put a bullet into the main target's head.
Everyone's built so different. Like that's crazy.
And then escape unharmed, or become the main target and sabotage it from within. These are all completely about deception, mind tricks, polymorphing, and everything in between.
They're dedicated.
And, lots of drawings. The Eversort Temple.
Gyat jump scare. Oh my god. Wow, they must be popular. It must be the tight suits, you know? People like those, right? Oh. Yeah. It's gotta be those skin tight looking suits. Reminds me of G Gundam as well. I was watching it today. Gets the imagination rolling.
The Eversort Temple is about when you don't want anything to come back alive, friend or foe. You want it all dead. An Eversor is psychogenically conditioned with just psychotherapy and psychological torture to only feel violence, hatred, and anger.
Oh my God.
It does the Clockwork Orange style of thing of just making you forced to watch never-ending pain and misery and psycho.
This sounds terrible.
I guess is the term.
I mean, everything sounds
pump
terrible.
You full of tons of psychedelic drugs,
Bruh.
and they cryo-freeze you.
What?
And then they drop you in an area where they just want to make sure everything is dead. And then you defrost, full of just all this insane, mind-boggling psychotherapy and psychedelic drugs, and you just go to town. Yeah, if you don't care if anyone comes back alive. You're like, all right, lost cause, send them in. Finally, there's the most bizarre temple, the Calyxus Temple. The Calyxus assassins are feared even among the other temples. So that blank gene, the people will go to the Calyxus Temple with this as well. And this is where they can harness that to be massively anti-psyker or even just anti-regular people. They're seen with extreme fear and distrust among many, many people. They're described by the Eldar, by quote, as being pure evil. Imagine that uncomfortable feeling from
even
that
more
blank
evil.
gene I mentioned.
Pure evil.
And then imagine them being taught and given equipment to amplify it by 100. If normally regular people feel uncomfortable, now they are basically akin to being a siren wailing directly in your ear. And if you're a psyker, oh no, the sheer presence of a Custodes assassin is enough for you to tear your skin off. You will rather gouge your eyes out and rip your nails off than even being near this person. The Custodes assassin.
Jesus, all these machines of war, man. I mean, they're not like exactly machines, but like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, you know, they're just all like built to like kill, you know? No wonder this universe is so dark and depressing.
Assassin is when you want psychers to literally lose their minds, and they will go on their knees and ask you to gun them down because it is a suitable choice over being anywhere near you. The motto of that temple is, that which is unknown and unseen commands the greatest fear. Now, for the tabletop, assassins aren't that special. You can call them in no matter what Imperium faction you are.
When Emuri tries to show us fate. Oh, are you talking about like the Clockwork Angel scene?
And they do a lot of work for themselves, but at the same time, they're very specialized and require a lot of finesse. And they work the way you generally want them to, though. You want to cause some distortion and weird stuff, you take a Custodes. You want to just murder swaths of infantry and then blow up Eversor. You want to kill that one guy, Vindicare, and if you have a lot of psychers, Custodes. It's a nice little, like, jack of all trades if you have a specific thing you want to kill. And you get to choose which is really fun. But now, let's talk about the last human faction. We can round this video out before we do part 2. The Inquisition.
Yeah.
We have a lot to talk about with them.
Yeah, I was very curious about the Inquisition when it was mentioned earlier.
On the subject of heresy.
Oh boy. Where do I even begin with the Inquisition?
Oh no.
Take
yeah. No one expects the Space Inquisition. I can only guess what, you know, they're about with a name called the Inquisition, you know?
Police you can think of. The KGB, the Gestapo, the CIA, FBI, any of these kinds of people. And then mark it up by about 10.
Mommy.
And give them the most power in the entire Imperium. No, you know what?
So they're the most powerful? Wait,
How
who's
about this? This right here. It's not just a quote. This is the Imperial motto.
There's too much power.
The motto of the Inquisition. I apologize for my bad pronunciation. Innocentia nihil probat. Innocence proves nothing.
Whoa!
The most powerful organization in the Imperium.
Oh, not physical power, administrative power. Okay, my bad. Okay, they have tons of political power rather than physical. Oh.
The secret police, their number one motto is innocence proves nothing. The Inquisition goes around like the secret police or like detectives to find issues in the Imperium. And they have different ordos depending on which one we're talking about. The Ordo Hereticus, the Ordo Xenos, the Ordo Malleus, for instance, and a whole bunch of other ones.
Book.
Hereticus is obvious. They deal with heretics. Xenos tries to find alien threats, and Malleus is demons.
Not guilty
they
means
all
guilty.
Have different specializations in what they're trying to
then
go
who's
for
not
as
guilty?
this Inquisitor.
No one?
And that's what they're called, Inquisitors. Each of them, as an Inquisitor, has their own free reign to do as they wish. They may have a ship and a crew, and they go out to find problems and interrogate people a lot. They are above...
So they just like interrogate anyone, probably? If not guilty means guilty, then everyone's guilty, right? Except the Emperor? Yeah, once the Inquisitor accuses you, you're guilty. Gotcha. Oh no, you don't want to cross paths with them.
Of the law in every department over Space Marines. Now, the Space Marines might argue against them and stuff, and there might be a lot of blowback, but technically they are above them as Inquisitors.
Political
they
power.
Are looking to investigate and figure out coups and cults and demonic incursions and possible Xenos issues like Genestealers or a new threat coming into an area. They're about learning that stuff and actually doing detective work. And memes aside, they're pretty good at it. The Inquisition having all of this power does make them a little bit power hungry and frantic sometimes. And yes, it is still a bad thing, but most of them are pretty good at their job. And they spend a lot of time being very diligent to make sure that all of these leads they follow are proper and correct. They're basically space detectives with just enormous power and sometimes a bit of a power complex. And we haven't even talked about Exterminatus yet. Exterminatus. Exterminatus is deeming a planet unfit to be saved. I deem that this planet is demon infested and taking it back will cost too many resources and is not worth it. I have now committed Exterminatus on this planet. I will now sign the death warrant of an entire Imperium planet as it is unfit to take and better to be destroyed than allow the enemy to hold it.
They can destroy
this can
planets?
mean saturation bombardment. This can mean cracking the planet's core and breaking it apart.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter. Render this planet inhospitable to all life. Yes, the innocents proves nothing people are the only people who can choose this planet must die in its...
Oh my gosh, they can destroy planets! They have the power to order the literal death of a planet? That's crazy. Yeah, they just destroy the planet if it's too much trouble to fight over it. What? Okay.
Entirety. Yeah, you're playing the villain. Now, it is memed a lot, but most Inquisitors are very rare to do Exterminatus. Exterminatus is a very crazy thing. There's only so many worlds that you don't want to destroy all of them.
Yeah.
Now, naturally, with the memes aside, there are some people who are a little bit rough on this one. But most Inquisitors generally don't like to do Exterminatus a ton, but it is an option they have. And it's a crazy option when you think about it. Secret Police Inquisition are unfortunately not represented on the tabletop very much. You generally kind of put one in your army if you feel...
Oh, she's got heels. Cool. Yeah, nice hats and heels.
Like it. You have a couple special options there and some side content, but they're not really fleshed out very well, and personally they need a lot more stuff put in there, and they really need a lot more effort put into them. And they're not quite where I want them to be. Overall, the Inquisition makes for a lot of the best storytelling as well, because it's a little bit hard to talk about a big story of a whole bunch of Space Marines killing something, right? It's just a big battle story. It's not as interesting. Having that
I really like this art. I like the style.
Intrigue and that moral dilemma that an Inquisitor has makes for a lot better media. And honestly, the more people do it, I think it's better, because then it adds a little more humanity to the Warhammer horrible, horrible grimdarkness. And
yeah, I quite like the designs too. They're interesting. I like the concept.
Wow, we just finished the humans. All right,
Yay!
Come back to part 2 when we talk about Chaos and Xenos, because we got to talk about the 4 Chaos Gods and all the Chaos Marine Legions and the Tau and the Necrons and the Orks, and oh boy, we got a lot. I'll see you in part 2.
All right, let's go. Part 2 if it's out. In fact, it is out. Oh, okay, so that was just the humans. Oh my gosh, I'm actually very curious about the gods as well, so I might just dive right into it. It's like another hour. It's like another hour. Yeah, we could probably do it today. Yeah, let's go. Yeah, the gods are wild. Oh my gosh, wait. Wait, my pants. The string in my pants just like, you know how like if you have a drawstring in your pants and you like tug on one side too much, the other side just kind of like disappears? Yeah, I just did that. Oh my god. No! Okay, I have a tool. I have a tool to pull it back out though. I do. Okay, maybe I'll go do that. Oh no, I got it. I got my finger in there. Okay. Yay. Rip the drawstring. Yeah, you know when the drawstring just like disappears. There's some pretty solid Inquisition focused books if they strike your fancy. Yeah, I'm interested in the Inquisition. Oh, that's the Mechanicus OST? Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'd assume they don't do exterminatus for like that often because like I'd assume it like takes a lot of resources to like destroy a whole planet, you know, a whole star. Oh. And probably watch part 2 as well as this video about the Space Marine Legion and the 40k lore video. I think we'll watch part 2 next. Yeah. Yeah, blood for the blood god. Alright. That was the humans. Now we're gonna see the freaky ones in the next video. But I'm gonna take a short break. Bathroom break. Maybe go get some water. You guys can go hydrate as well. I'll be right back. Yeah, maybe like let's say like 5 minutes-ish. Yeah. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Thanks for watching part 1. Yeah. See you when I get back for part 2. Yeah. Berry. I am back for part 2. Hello. Thank you for waiting. Yeah, let's go, part 2. Tadaima. Dayon for the dayon god. Part 1, I've cooked dinner. Now I can eat during part 2. Let's go. What did you make for dinner? I made spaghetti and meat sauce for dinner today. It was very yummy. I might post pics later. Yeah, homemade meat sauce is so good. Yeah, part 2 dayon. Ikuzo. All right, let's jump right into it. You know, I tend to really like aliens. I mean, as long as they don't look like bugs. I don't really like the bug-like ones just because I don't like bugs. But I don't know. If they're aliens, maybe it's a little better. But I do like aliens. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Part 2. Warhammer 40k factions.
Hey all, this is part 2 in a 2-part series on the Warhammer races. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, we do the Imperium of Man. You can check that out in the description, and I would highly recommend you watch that to get context for this episode. If you already have, go ahead and keep on watching. So after an entire episode of nothing but humans, we can now talk about chaos.
Yeah.
Which involves humans
Chaos!
again, but a little bit less.
Let's
we also
go.
got demons and shit.
I just felt someone grab my ass. What? Like hard, Nick.
So, as I've mentioned many times before, we've
God,
discussed the
legs.
warp, the Imperium, the hellish landscape, the purgatory dimension
humans are
realm
boring.
between the material realm
talk
of our
about
existence.
demons.
Now, in the warp, it's terrifying, horrible. There are demons everywhere. Things are crazy. All your minds and thoughts and emotions get projected there. It is both formless and empty. It is vast and tiny. It obeys the laws of time and physics while simultaneously does absolutely nothing of the sort. It is a hodgepodge and a culmination of just unknowable, eldritch, horrifying shit. And there are 4...
Here we go! The Chaos Demons. そう、動画パート2もあったのか。そうなんですよ。そう、パート1がね、なんかね、人間っぽいやつについてで、パート2がね、なんかもうちょっとなんか宇宙人っぽいなんかやつなんですよ。らしい。ちょっとよくわかんないんですけど。Yeah, demons. But bugs are cool? No, they aren't. I don't like bugs. I got some recording to get done. I'll join back if I finish before the stream ends. Bye, y'all. Have a nice time. Bye, GC. Good luck on the recordings. Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. And yeah, part 2 is also equally as long. Yeah, all the lore. Give me the lore dump. で、パート2もね、結構、1時間ぐらい長い動画なんですよ。行くぞ
gods that permeate in chaos and the warp. These are the 4
gods.
major chaos gods. And if we wish to learn about chaos, we need to learn
mommy.
about each and every single
She's
one
back.
of these chaos gods. First up, we have Khorne, and he is the easiest.
Kami-sama.
Khorne is your classic Satan. He is all about anger, murder, fighting, blood, guts, death. You ever heard the term blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne? That's Khorne. The whole
dayon for the dayon god.
idea is that he is all about the fury and strength of battle. He doesn't care where blood comes from so long as blood is flowing. He wants to fight and murder and carnage and slaughter and death. That is Khorne. Very simple.
He's
to
having
understand.
fun.
Next up, you have Tzeentch, and Tzeentch is the god of change. However, the god of change, it's permeates in so many different other ways. He's the most eldritch of all the demon gods. He has this weird way to always be plucking at the strings of the universe. He's always conniving and scheming and doing his best to cause as much little bullshit as he can. Tzeentch is unknowable. Everything that makes sense, he will and won't do. Every future and setting and every type of destiny or fate is all foretold and also changeable. It is set in stone while also completely random. He knows what
he has eyeballs on his hands. I just noticed. The eyes. Tzeentch is the god of trolling. I see. He's also having fun in his own way. Bro, what that tongue do? I don't know if I wanna fuck around and find out.
Everything is going to happen, and also that none of it's going to happen. You would ask Zeech a question. That question leads to 3 more questions, and those questions lead to the heat death of the universe, which asks 4 answers to those questions. And then he thinks to himself, what are questions even really? And are you even asking the questions, or are you simply giving paths to answers and other horse shit? Zeech is just, I'm gonna fuck with stuff. He is.
Zeech is the most Lovecraftian of the 4. Ooh, speaking of Lovecraftian, we did play a Lovecraftian game the other day. More like the god of tomfoolery.
Yes, and he is no. He is the understanding, and he is complexity. He is unknowable. And that's what the God of Change is about. Very bizarre. And he likes birds a lot. I don't know why. Next up, we got
birds.
Papa Nurgle.
Understandable.
Papa Nurgle, he loves you for who you are. Probably not. He will murder you just the same. But Papa Nurgle is about rot, pestilence, death, and decay. He is the end of everything. Him and Zeech do not like each other very much because where Zeech represents change and adjustment, Nurgle represents stagnation and death. He is all about miasma and pestilence and large bloat and pus and organs and people just being sedentary, sloth. He is the idea that everything will rot and decay and die. Nothing.
I bet you he's very smelly. I like the name Papa Nurgle though. Oh yeah, Grandpa Nurgle. Oh. Man, Warhammer is something I've always wanted to get deeper into. Its lore is so intriguing. Yeah, I'm learning about the lore today. I know nothing about Warhammer. This is my first exposure to it, but we're on part 2 now. Maybe he needs a sponge bath. Maybe he wouldn't want to take a bath. He doesn't look like the type that he would want to. Nurgle loves you, but in the same way that an abusive ex does. He's Santa, basically, if Santa goes around giving everyone the plague. Whoa, gee, thanks. Thanks, Papa Nurgle. Thanks for the gift. Oh my god, I don't want to touch this guy.
Is certain besides decay and death. All of us will end up the same way and broken down through just sheer never-ending decomposition. So the joke that Nurgle always loves you is generally because of that, because we all end up the same. We all rot, and we all die and wither. That's Nurgle, and he's got a general theme of course, pestilence and different kinds of diseases and sickness and things of that nature. That's generally Nurgle. He's pretty easy to understand as well, and he chunk. Finally, we have the youngest of the Chaos.
The sensors to make it look more yabai. I know it doesn't need sensors, but the fact he just put it on just for like shits and giggles is very funny. I got a sensor too, Bricky. Bricky, you're looking a little bit, a little bit not safe for work there. I'm gonna have to censor you.
Gods, and that is Slaanesh, also known as the Prince of Pleasure or the God of Unspeakable Excess. Slaanesh is generally referred to with sex, but it's not only sex, it's just that that's a good avenue if you want to make stuff. Slaanesh is just the idea of the senses of the body being cranked to not just 11, but more like 17. See, we'll discuss Slaanesh a little bit more when we talk about the Eldar, because they done fucked up, but it, or whatever, is mainly about just the excess of emotions. And therefore, sex is generally a large part of it. However,
whoa, that tongue is freaky! Jeez! Yeah, this is the Yabai god. Grandpappy Nurgle is arguably the nicest of the Chaos Gods, but he gives you disease and decay. But I guess he's giving, he is the god of giving. It's like when a cat gives you a dead rat, true. Oh, I love that art, it's so fucked. Yeah, this is a crazy art.
It's mostly pain and torture. Lots of pain, torture, but sometimes sexually related or drug related. Lots of drugs. Lots of drugs. Slaanesh gets off on everything. Extremes in happiness, extremes in sadness, extremes in pain and sadism and masochism. And of course that goes...
The BDSM god? Is this what I'm getting? Party time! Yeah, we're partying up good in here. 猫の下かな確かに猫の下みたいや。うん。Yeah.
Goes along with the sex part of it as well. It's generally referred to with sex because of the color scheme, very purple, lots of exposed genitalia. A lot of their models have like exposed nipples and stuff. And that is generally the theme you go for from a physical side, but it really embodies everything, mainly pain and also the excessive amounts of emotion. So when it comes down to it, you'll find a lot of them have things like spikes
That
or
sounds
whips
crazy.
or any kind of BDSM style gear because it is unspeakable excess. The prince of pleasure, everything in excess to the point where it is just sheer frightening. That is Slaanesh in a nutshell.
That does sound
bizarre
freaky.
and a little hard to describe sometimes, but as we talk more about the Dark Eldar later in this video, you'll understand it far, far better and far more than you'd want to. Now, you might be thinking, why?
Yeah, they're the party god. Yes, but he gives the gifts of plague and disease and release from anything painful. But canonically, all his followers are the happiest of all the chaos followers. I see. Oh my, wait, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. Wait. I held it in. Okay. Oh my gosh. Alright, I was about to sneeze. I'd say what a wild time to join in, but I'm assuming most of the video is like this. I bet you it's gonna be. I think you know, since we're covering like the chaos gods or whatever, the chaos demons, it's gonna be a wild video. Welcome in. Thank you so much for coming. Nirgal may be the god of death, but also technical immortality because he will revive you. So he does kind of love you as long as you're fine with always rot. So as long as you're fine with always looking kind of like goopy. I don't know if I'm about that lifestyle, but you know, yeah, to each their own. Good night, Archer. Oyasumi. Good night. Good night, good night. ゆっくり休んでね. Thank you for today. おつへれすいでござる。おやすみ。
Would anyone ever want to join
Oh, it's a
chaos?
heresy.
They all look horrifying, screwed up, and just frightening things, right? Well, the thing is that, of course, one, your mind is put into the warp and the Imperium, so you can be easily swayed by chaos demons when they get into your head, especially if you're a psyker. Sometimes regiments of the less mentally strong people, whether they be civilians or, say, low-level guardsmen or conscripts, can be easily swayed by this and become chaos cultists and stuff, and they serve their dark gods, or whatever god they personally refer.
That's cool.
However, and this might seem strange, chaos in their own right isn't necessarily evil. See, the warp is every manifestation of emotion and being, every soul, everything of existence. This includes
It's kind of like, I feel like it's like the alignment chart. It's like, you know, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, chaotic evil. So just because like there's chaos doesn't mean like you're necessarily evil.
all the good things. All the different chaos gods have another side to their coin. Khorne might be death, murder, slaughter, slaughter, but he's also got this weird sense of survival of the fittest, trial by combat, and honor. Khorne will never lie to you. Khorne will never stab you in the back. Khorne isn't about conniving and scheming. Khorne is about straight up mano-y-mano, you versus me, get in the ring, we're gonna murder each other hard right now. It may not be a good thing at the end of the day, but
blood.
it is that other side of the coin. Him and Tzeentch generally don't get along because Tzeentch is that conniving schemer, but he's also about the idea of hope. Where there is change for your predicament. There is change for your problem. The hope of the galaxy, the ability to bend the world to your will, the idea that your fate is not set in stone, but in reality that you control your own destiny and can control it whenever you want, the changer of ways. That is Tzeentch. And of course, Tzeentch and Nurgle hate each other because while Nurgle does represent stagnation, death, and decay, he also represents finality and ending. The fact that you can be mentally at peace knowing that you will end and how you will end. Fear of the unknown, fear of change is not present with Nurgle. With Nurgle, everything will rot and die, and that provides that finality, that ability that this is over. We are all the same, and we will all end the same. We know the meaning of life. The meaning of life is to live and die and rot. And with that, it brings peace of mind.
Rot it
Slaanesh
all.
is a lot more simple. While they are the excess of emotion, they are also the representation of emotion. So
Not gonna lie, Slaanesh sounds the scariest so far.
Slaanesh embodies happiness. Slaanesh embodies excitement and joy and pleasure, not only in the sense of the physical, you know, bam style of pleasure, but also everything else like food and drink and air on your cheek and sunlight, the feeling, emotion and feeling. All of that is also represented with Slaanesh. So you have to ask, why are they always represented as super evil skulls and spikes on everything and what
Yeah, this really is like we're getting a philosophy class.
to murder everybody? I don't really got an answer for you on that one. My assumption is that because mentally humans may think worse thoughts even if we don't act on them, and therefore they're projected in the warp more. That one's a little bit weird. I don't know. This is me spitballing right now, but I don't know. You need a super bad guy. You already got the Imperium of Man. You need somebody to be a little bit worse than them. So you got demons. Honestly, who cares? I just want to buy like a bird magician. Look at him.
Whoa! He's colorful. I couldn't even tell that was a bird. He kind of looks like a reptilian, but also I guess birds and reptiles are kind of related. He's got two heads? Yeah. Interesting. Nurgle has a demon called the Beast of Nurge that's like a giant slug monster that wants to kill you, but he canonically is acting like a puppy and wants to play with you, and he's just too big and strong to play gently. I see. Yeah. I guess some people may find that cute, perhaps. Demons get to have fun with colors. Yeah, I like colorful. I kind of like that. Yeah. Yeah, birds are just small flying dinosaurs. Yeah. That's what they are. A lot of the other gods relate to death, but there's worse things than that, and then there's Slaanesh.
So cool. So combining all this together on the
you for the
tabletop,
follow.
Chaos Demons are generally very melee-based. They run in, go really hard. You have lots of summoning and conjuring, tons of spells. Generally a little bit frail, but they have special saves to make them a little bit stronger. You've got giant demons and smaller demons. You got hordes of little boys and tons of big guys. Demons are as they seem. Demons. Nurgle is slow. Khorne is super scary in melee. You've got Tzeentch, who are far more into psychers and spellcasting, and then Slaanesh, who is all melee, really fast but squishy, but in lots of hordes of tons of melee and pain damage, of course. So overall, the demons are a huge part of 40k and a massive threat to almost every single faction, with the exception of.
I want to see the kits again. Yeah. You know, the Nurgles,
and smaller.
Yeah,
Really a little bit frail, but they have special saves to make them a little bit stronger. You've got giant demons and smaller demons. You got hordes.
Yeah, they look. I like how they look. They look funny. Joe Mama, thank you for the super chat. Arigato. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, all the good thing about the chaos and heretic propaganda is remember, for the emperor.
Of little boys and tons of big guys. Demons are as they seem. Demons. Nurgle is slow. Khorne is super scary in melee. You've got Tzeentch, who are far more into psychers and spellcasting, and then Slaanesh, who is all melee, really fast but squishy. But
yeah, I might like Nurgles, maybe. Yeah, army.
in lots of hordes of tons of melee and pain damage.
Not because they're like green.
So overall,
I don't
the
know.
demons are a huge part of 40k.
They just look big and
a
cuddly.
massive threat to almost every single faction with the exception of a couple. However, the big part about demons is also transferred into the other 9 Primarchs we didn't talk about, which are the Chaos Space Marines.
Oh.
So Horus and all of his boys, all of them in the Primarchs, they have all also become Chaos Boys, and they all have their own special Chaos Legion.
Yeah, the Nurglings just want to give you hugs and gifts. Yeah, you know what? I'm kind of seeing that now. This video is great to introduce new people to Warhammer 40k, but Bricky did say he needs to update the video for lore accuracy. Yeah, his video's like 4 years old, so I'm sure there's been a lot of changes since then. Yeah, Papa Nurgle for the win. Oh, Zephyr, hello, welcome. Yeah, big nerdy stuff today.
Specializing in so many different things, just like the Adeptus Astartes, the Angels of Death, the regular Space Marines. Chaos Space Marines aren't a whole lot different than the regular Space Marines. They have the same armor, generally the same training and toughness. They just specialize in different kinds of things. And also a lot of the Primarchs have ascended into greater demons? They're demon Primarchs at this point. Gigantic, horrifying man-demon hybrids that are pretty awesome, if I'm going to be honest. They look really, really cool. But them and their associated legions that they are a part of...
Imagine those as kids. Oh my god.
Are all kind of going out there and causing a large ruckus for everyone else. Considering the raw strength and firepower of a legion of Space Marines, imagine that entire legion just converting to chaos and immediately fighting you. It's generally pretty horrifying. There's a lot of them, so I gotta write them down. But you've got the Emperor's Children with Primarch Fulgrim, loyal to Slanesh. These people, they are some messed up people.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
just sensory overload. Tons
Oh, yeah. If they're loyal to Slanesh, you know.
drugs, tons of torture. And I think Fulgrim is a demon Primarch right now. And oh god, I am terrified to see what that man looks like. At least on the tabletop, because Emperor's Children are not good people. You've got the Iron Warriors, which are kind of like opposite of the Imperial Fists, with Primarch Perturabo, I believe is his name. They're Chaos Undivided. They just kind of serve Chaos in a general aspect instead of choosing one of the 4. But the Iron Warriors are big on the siege and fortification, and they're basically entirely against the Imperial Fists and a major rival.
They look
Perturabo,
scary.
I believe, is also still alive, and I'm also very interested to see what he looks like, because Demon Primarchs are badass. You've got the Night Lords with Primarch Conrad Kurz. Conrad Kurz is dead, which is good because he's a sick fuck. But the Night Lords are generally about terrorizing people and terrorism. They're generally about fear, and rightly so. You've got the World Eaters with Primarch Angron, still alive, also excited to see. Angron, if you think you've known an angry person, Angron is the angriest son of a bitch you will ever know.
Oh, that's Angron.
Removed parts of his brain that didn't make him angry, so he could be angrier. Angron, fucker's mad.
I mean, he lives up to his name, you know?
You've got the Death Guard with Primarch Mortarion. They actually have their own special codex and their own major army on the tabletop. Mortarion himself is actually one of the models, and look at him. Look at him. It's so cool looking.
Dude, wait, that's the model? That's not a picture? Is that that's a built and painted model? Wow. Oh my gosh. I thought it was I thought it was like an illustration. That looks insane. Wow. Yeah, it's dude, the paint job is crazy on this one. Ah! Wowie!
Of course, Nurgle based, obviously. So very slow, but very tanky. You've got the Word Bearers with Primarch Lorgar. Lorgar is...
Oh, Angron was a slave as a child. The brain surgery was forced on him. He didn't choose it. Oh. Yeah, the flesh wings look insane. Yeah, with the eyeballs.
I believe still alive. I don't know what's up with him at the current moment, but the Word Bearers are generally the people who caused all the major problems in the beginning. At least I blame them for it. They're little assholes. You got the Black Legion with Primarch Horus.
Ooh.
Get fucked, nerd. You've got the Alpha Legion with Primarch Alfarius Omegon.
Wait, I like their color scheme a lot. They look kind of like, they've got the fish scales. They look like underwater sort of, you know, thematic, mermaid thematic. I don't know. Kind of like that. The fish look.
Chaos, I think, And then finally, you've got the Thousand Sons with Primarch Magnus the Nerd. The Thousand Sons also have their own book, just like the Death Guard. Magnus is also a tabletop model. He looks super cool, as you can tell. And they're all super heavily Psyker and kind of Egyptian themed. They look pretty neat.
Oh,
but
yeah, I
overall,
see it.
With all of these Chaos Space Marine factions, you can play as a lot of different ones, but the main ones that you can really work at are standard Space Marines, Chaos Space Marines, as well as the Death Guard and Thousand Sons, as they are the most fleshed out, especially on the tabletop at least. See this right here? This is a really good way to describe the Chaos Space Marines. What the thick-headed fools with their broken corpse of an emperor fail to understand is that not only can they never defeat us, but they cannot hide or flee or shield themselves from the triumph of chaos. They are finite and we are unbound, undivided. They must not err, or they shall fall to heresy.
Heresy! Cyan and purple is a great color scheme. I agree. Funny thing, we don't actually know whose side the Alpha Legion is on. Oh, is that why he like paused and he was like, chaos? I see now.
All who fall join our cause. Every Imperial fool who dares to open his eyes is a willing recruit. They strive merely to hold back our fury and might, and it consumes them. Thus, you can see chaos is inevitable.
Yeah,
we lurk
chaos.
not only beyond their grasp and at their gates, we lurk within the darkness of their souls, on the tip of their tongues, in their tortured dreams. We are them, but freed from the shackles of ignorance. We are them, grown strong, evolved. We are them, but so much more. As hardcore as that quote is, the saddest part is they're mostly right. Chaos is basically unkillable. You could probably get rid of Space Marines, a decent amount, the Chaos Space Marines that is, but every soul that dies goes to the warp. Every Chaos soul will end up back in the warp. And depending on how hard you killed them, they will come back at some point. Every demon you banish will return at some point. Chaos is unstoppable. The warp is
So like, oh my gosh, here comes the power levels into play again. So like, would chaos just be like winning the whole time then? I don't know if there's like winning or losing in like Warhammer, but like, you know, they're all at war, right? And like, I don't know, it just sounds like it just sounds like chaos would win. Oh. Could Kirby beat chaos? I don't know. Maybe Kirby would have to swallow chaos. When you slay a demon, it gets sent back to the warp, which doesn't have any doors back into reality. Oh. Maybe if you kill the chaos gods, it would end. Huh. Chaos often fights itself, so it keeps itself down to defeatable level. Oh. This is so much going on. Yes and no. The warp is kind of a reflection of the real world, so if everything dies, there won't be a warp.
Is unending. And while maybe there is at some point some way to stop them somehow, the resources to do so, the requirements to do so, are so far beyond the reaches of man and the other races at the current moment that really it's just an unstoppable force that just keeps on coming and is just barely being slowed. Chaos is by far the biggest threat. They are
chaos.
without number. Their legions
I like
are
this guy.
everywhere, and yeah, they're pretty scary. So I promise we're done with humans now. Let's talk about some Xenos.
All right. Are those the aliens?
So let's talk about the
alien-looking
Eldar,
guys?
also known as the Aeldari, which are a super hyper-specialized and very technologically advanced race of, well, elf people. They were, as well, responsible...
Oh, space elves. Oh, this is my army? Nice. Yeah, there's a lot of info to absorb, so take your time with it. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep up. Yes, the knife ears. Yeah, frick them humans. I want to see the space elves.
for the creation of Slaanesh, the newest demon god. How'd they do that? Debauchery on a world-ending scale. See, back in the day, it was just Khorne, Tzeentch, and Nurgle. And the Eldar are very, very ancient, millions of years. These Eldar, however, have a bit of a sensory problem. You know, every kind of pain or feeling that you have is a little bit amplified compared to the normal. However, with Eldar, as their race advanced so excessively, and they became so self-reliant, and everything became so easy, there was no requirement for food production anymore. There was no shortages. Everything was basically done. Everyone was so comfortable. And that comfort breeded this weird sedation. And that sedation breeded the requirement for more and more debauchery.
Debauchery!
Debauchery!
SpongeBob!
Debauchery!
When everything you have can be so easily acquired, you will end up down this road of pure debauchery. All of the senses the Eldar had that were so...
Sorry, I actually forgot what debauchery means. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Debauchery definition. Google. Excessive indulgence in sensual pleasures. Oh, okay, gotcha. Debauchery.
Debauchery.
Thank you, Google.
Debauchery.
Debauchery. So I wasn't the only one. I was like, guys, give me a second. I need to look up what this meant again. Yeah, sexy times. They had everything. So they needed more, you know? When you have everything, you need more. Interesting.
Powerful things like feeling, happiness, sadness, and just evil and good all needed to be satisfied and satiated. And the desire to satiate these senses grew more and more with worse and worse debauchery. It started off with things like sex and drugs becoming so much more rampant because these are the first things you generally turn to when requirements for living are so easily accessible. It would get to the point that made Sander Cohen in BioShock look sane. All right, this is the...
I don't even know who this guy is, but he doesn't look very sane. They had everything done, so they gooned too hard. They partied so hard, they birthed a god. Oh, whoops, sorry. I full screened that by accident. Okay.
Kind of debauchery it led to. It was constantly satisfying and satiating these sexual and sadistic or masochistic fantasies that only elevated and elevated. And this was species-wide. People started going down darker, more depraved, and more violent paths as time went on. However, some people didn't entirely take to that. Some of the Eldar were looking at this depraved species that they had become and said, no thanks for me, dog, I'm good. And they bailed. These are the Craft World Eldar. They left on these giant continent-sized starships called Craft Worlds. They believed in learning the old ways of the
So they like kind of branched off. Gotcha.
Eldar and pushing away from this depravity and debauchery and going back to their main roots. And so they would segment themselves on these giant craft worlds far in the outer reaches of space. They even had this thing called the Webway. Remember what we mentioned about warp travel with the Imperium? Well, the Eldar had something way safer called a Webway.
Okay.
The Eldar Webway is actually like a pocket dimension kind of thing. And in that pocket dimension, there were also more horrible, depraved groups and clans that would spend their time in there. And if you imagine the debauchery was bad already, these were debauchery X10. So
everyone's miserable. Are these still your people, Emuri? What do you mean are these still your people? I don't recall going like, these are my people. Who are you talking about?
All of this continued, and it bloated until Slaanesh just burst forth. All that emotion, all that mental, thought processes, I suppose, all of this in such a condensed space. Don't forget, this is all being shot, all their souls as well, into the warp.
Birth him, birth
all
them.
of this depravity right into the warp. So what happened? Boom. Slaanesh was birthed and killed off 90% of the entire Eldar population.
Killed them? Oh, well, whoopsie.
Untold trillions trillions had their souls ripped from their bodies and their actual fleshy bodies devoured by Slaanesh demons. The entirety of the Eldar race was eaten alive and their souls consumed to the Prince of Pleasure. All of them.
That's so gruesome. The Prince of Pleasure consumes all. Oh, immediately absorbed their souls. Yeah, it must have happened so fast. They birthed the god and then they're like, oh, my souls. Oh. Yeah. I mean, you do things, you birth the god and then they take your soul. Yeah, checks out. Emuri da yon, Emuri, welcome. Hello. Gotta go to bed. Good night. Good night. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good sleep. Yeah, just popped into existence and was hungry. Yeah. Yeah, they gooned so hard they made the god of excess and gooning. Wow. And I guess they got punished for their goon? Question mark?
Got fucked up. It was so bad that it literally ripped a warp hole into the fabric of the Materium called the Eye of Terror. That's literally this like quasi horrifying gateway portal from the Materium and the Immaterium right next to Cadia. And it is horrifying.
Rip Cadia.
So this Slaanesh, also known as She
Rip
Who
Cadia.
Thirst by the Eldar,
Horny on
slaughtered
me.
the entire population except for a couple. Those in the craft worlds were actually not affected by this as they were so far in the reaches of the galaxy. That crazy crack that birth of Slaanesh only affected the ones in the center.
They got out. They're like, when they were like, okay, we're getting out of here. Like, yo, they saw the bad stuff coming. They're like, we're gonna leave before things get worse. They avoided it.
So these craft world Eldar were able to escape, but Slaanesh got their sights on them. Every time an Eldar will
Slaanesh
die,
is coming
their
after
soul
them.
doesn't just pass into the warp naturally. It goes straight to Slaanesh, craft world or not. What about those people in the webway? Well, imagine that giant birth happening, but they were only able to just barely get a grasp onto you. Slaanesh was just barely able to hold on. These people are the Dark Eldar, or also known as the Drukhari. The Eldar population right now is so massively small. It is minuscule compared to any of the other most of the other populations in the universe. The Eldar are consistently having issues trying to get their population up because as their souls are constantly being hungered by from Slaanesh, they realize their entire species is doomed.
Oh no.
And they understand it very well. Since the time of the fall, our race has been haunted by what we, in our reckless pursuit of hedonistic indulgence, gave birth to. Though our dreams once overturned worlds and quenched suns, we are now but fitful shadows clinging to the edge of existence.
Well, what are they gonna do? Yeah, I wonder if they have like a way of solving this. Regular Elder after making Slaanesh. Shit, we better change our ways. Dark Elder, what if we keep going and just hide in the webway? They don't? Oh, so they're actually just doomed. That's kind of depressing.
All the stars in the sky cannot blot out the hateful glare of the red moon's eye. The birthing place of the great enemy pulses with all the malice of a demon that is dreaming, casting its shadow over all we have ever done and all we ever shall. Every twisted strand of fate and casting of the runes leads me to this time, to this place, and it is clear that the final battle awaits me at the ancient Crone worlds, a conflict the likes of which has not been seen since the Monkai warred amongst themselves and their corpse of a seer fell to his traitorous son, is coming, and all my steps lead towards it, no matter that I walk other paths.
Remember, this is 40k. There are no good endings. True. Yeah, I gotta remember. Everything is just doom and gloom. Oh, Monkai is what the Elder call humans. Oh, it's like monkey. I was about to read it as monkey until he said Monkai, and I was like, oh. Oh. Okay, I'll remember it. Yeah, I'll remember it from monkey. Yeah. Yeah, humans and monkey, same thing, right? Thank you for the follow. Arigato.
I see the stars stained red with
Yeah,
the
we're
blood of
monkey.
the Monkai, and though their wars do not concern me, I would gladly let them destroy one another. I know that to avoid this fight is to condemn my race to inevitable doom, and though all I see is darkness, I know that I will not flinch from my
Wow.
destiny.
They're
And now let's
hopeful.
talk about cute plastic models.
Well, not hopeful,
Bro,
but
I'm straight up not having a good time.
accepting.
The first playable race we have for the Eldar are the Craft World Eldar and living in those Craft World starships I mentioned earlier. And each of them have their own kind of Craft World, almost
Wait.
like a Space Marine Legion. Each
This Metroid Prime OST literally has Craft World in the title. Cool.
Craft World is in itself its own special kind of group. And the Eldar themselves are very fast and rely a lot on trickery. They are squishy, a bit weak, but they're very in tune as psychers. Tons of psychers across the entire Eldar population, and their weaponry and abilities are fast and extremely hard hitting, but of course rather
Ooh.
fragile. Understand?
Oh. Fast and hard hitting. So that if they're fragile, that means you just need to have more of them. Yeah. Yeah, isn't this all supposed to be comedically depressing? Like, it's so over the top messed up thing that it's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I think so. Oh, elders have a thing called soul stones that they carry that will absorb their souls if they die, but it's basically a band-aid on a gaping wound. Oh. Yeah, anything they do, they would just wither away in the end. Yeah. Reckless gooning gets reckless eldritch god bursts. Who knew you could get punished for gooning? Actual glass cannons. Glass cannons are pretty nice. You just need to make sure, you either A, have a lot of them, or B, have something to protect them, Usually something to protect them would work better. But, yeah, the biggest bonk ever.
Getting an Eldar's brain is an exercise in futility. They are all over the place in confusion and trickery on a whole galactic scale. They fight weird, they think weirder, and Eldar, in their own right, really rely on this to keep their species alive. They need to think about deception and the strangeness of what they do if they truly want to not be immediately murdered and slaughtered wholesale thanks to their entirely small population. However, I must say that it seems like their population is getting slightly better. These craft worlds hold millions upon millions of people. And as these continually, reproduce and have their craft worlds expand, losing a few people in battle, while hurts a lot, they aren't really losing what's extremely precious to them. It's not like every single death means the death of their species. It seems like they're kind of on the upturn a little bit. They're still a doomed race being sucked into Slanesh every time someone dies, but they are definitely doing a little bit better than they were before. Eldar
Slanesh sucks all. Doesn't matter that it's glass so long as the thing shot doesn't move afterwards. Oh.
True. Fast, cunning, and what they don't make up for in tankiness, they make up for in extremely advanced weaponry. They also call humans Monkai, which is something I mentioned earlier.
Monkai!
That is a derogatory slur for humans in the Warhammer world. Why is it called Monkai? Well, it's because you can't, in your game, call people monkeys. On the tabletop, exactly what I said. Not very tanky, generally pretty squishy, hit like trucks.
Can't believe I said a slur by accident.
Fast, hit hard, die fast. Exactly how it sounds. They've been good for a very long time, too. We bring only death and leave only carry on.
Apology video time. No! Hello, Daka. Welcome. It's against the rules to call each other monkeys. Oh! Yeah, I was like, is that like a gamer thing? Okay, like literally in Warhammer 40k, it's against the rules to call each other monkeys. Okay, gotcha. Wow, okay. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, I gotta make sure not to call anyone that. Can't believe Hiiragi Emuri of Glitch Stars would do this. But I was thinking return to monkey.
It is a message even a human can understand.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Eldar.
Hilarious.
So, Drukhari. Let's talk about the Dark Eldar.
Good rule.
On today's episode of How Fucked Up
Lore
Is Fucked
accurate
Up.
rule.
That's fucked up.
So those people I mentioned
Drukhari.
in the webway, in the super deranged cults and the depraved people of the Eldar, in the webway, they didn't quite get a hold
The
onto
Drukhari.
them. So that's like has them, but it has them on like by the pinky finger. And they're slowly being consumed by Slaanesh, but they found out they can stave her off.
Oh, wow.
By doing Slaanesh things. The Dark Eldar are by far the worst,
Goon.
most horrifying,
Maybe?
disgusting, depraved, and brutal race in all of Warhammer 40k.
More Goonie?
These are entirely a group of people whose full purpose to save their species from extinction, to go into planets, raid them, and take as many slaves as they possibly can to torture them for 1, 5, 10, 20, a million years.
That sounds absolutely wonderful. These guys were my introduction to 40k. That's wild. What a wild place to start.
Because that torture will keep them from dying. They look very BDSM
Wow.
style too. They definitely have a lot more spiky bits, and they have a lot.
I think I would rather die. But I guess if I could just die, then there'd be no point to torture, right? Boy, thank you so much for the 20 months. Arigato. Oh my gosh. Emuri's over Bricky's head. Have a lovely rest of the day, Emuri and chat. Thank you. You too. Thank you. Arigato. Yep, gooning keeps the goon god from eating your soul. Who would have thought the goon god would want more gooning? It all makes sense. By absorbing the pain and suffering of others, Drukhari replenish the lost portion of their soul, pretty much feeding on pain to repel Slaanesh. Oh. Goon for the goon god.
More of that kind of leathery black look to them. But let's say you are an upstanding Imperial citizen, living life on a regular planet. You get invaded by the Necrons. The Necrons will shoot you with a deatomizer, and you will be destroyed in a millisecond, and that's it. Not the worst way to go. You are invaded by Chaos Marines or something. You take a bolter shot to the head or a chain sword across your stomach, and you get cut in half. Painful, but not the worst. The Orks arrive. They beat you to death. Hurts, but, you know, whatever. Tyranids, they eat you alive. It's pretty rough.
Vor?
The Dark
Tyranids
Eldar.
of Vor?
The Dark Eldar. This is going to get a little
Whoa,
graphic.
whoa, Berkey.
You pray
Those
you die.
legs.
You don't. You are instead taken as a human slave. Your life will be endless work and agony, 24/7.
Oh, no.
They will make sure you can't not die, as your pain satisfies them.
Oh my
they
God.
Will hook you up to all manner
They're terrible.
of torture devices. They will inject pain-based like stimuli drugs directly into your nervous system. They will slowly run razor blades across your skin.
Jesus, I hope, yeah, like, you know, no one would want to get caught by these guys. Oh, they want you to live as long as possible. Wow, how nice of them. Oh, the Dark Eldar are the special kind of evil. That sounds like true evil, like the torture part. You know, they don't even end you right there. They like prolong you just to make you suffer. Oh.
They will fillet you and just pull out your teeth and your fingernails one by one. They will remove your appendages and your skin and wait for it to grow back so they can do it again. They will murder and torture and use the R word, it rhymes with grape, your entire family in front of you and do the exact same thing to them. You yourself will also be rhymes with grape anywhere and everywhere possible. And this will occur for 20 years until you are no longer satisfying to them. And then you will be contorted, crushed, and twisted into some form of trophy. A fleshy trophy, or a ring, or a couch, or a TV stand, or perhaps a wonderful hat, while you are, of course, still alive and breathing. And you will become a moaning, fleshy trophy for eternity. And
wow, that sure is special. Yeah. Yeah. Wowee. They just turn you into like furniture and accessories. Like this is like, I don't know. I don't know why I was like suddenly reminded of Made in Abyss, but like it's like, Jesus, yeah, not the worst way to go. I don't know about that one. Is there any worse way to go? I mean, you're not even dead at this point. Like they keep you alive just as like, and as accessory. Yeah, how could it be worse? Yeah, how could it be worse? Maybe we don't want to know. We don't want to know how worse it can get. There's a game called Rogue Trader where an elder soul was trapped inside a chess set by a Drukhari. It was still fully conscious and eternally in pain. Gee, what? A chess set? They can turn you into anything. Anything. Oh. Wait, maybe there's no Moody streams. Yeah, it's like, yeah, I have no mouth and I must scream. Yeah. This is not worse, but about as bad. Oh! You say AM from I have no mouth and I must scream is not worse, but about as bad. I haven't played that game. I know a bit about it, but yeah. The title is already like quite, it speaks for itself.
Is what happens when you are taken by the Dark Eldar. They are the most depraved, most horrifying race in all of 40k.
Yeah.
They work apart, and they do it so they all don't die. They are literally forced to do this, because if they don't, Slaanesh's grip will get harder, and they will have their souls pulled away. So long as they
gotta
keep
do
doing
it
this,
for their
Slaanesh
god.
is like, you're doing good, man. You're doing solid. You keep that shit up, you elf-eared bastards. That's the Dark Eldar. That's the Drukhari. They are.
Slaanesh is terrifying. Well, yeah, I guess anything to keep your god happy, right? You don't want to get on your god's bad side. Gotta stay freaky.
On tabletop, they're actually kind of like Eldar, but more extreme. They are even squishier than the Eldar, but they hit generally even harder. Fast attacks, skirmishers,
that kid looks so good.
really quick, speedy, like get around them, do a lot of damage, get away kind of stuff. That's most of the Dark Eldar. Look up the definition of grim dark in a dictionary. You'll find a picture of the Dark Eldar. And Sev from Public Commando. A quote from Mr. Vecht. We are the lords of despair, masters of terror. Dread and agony are our meat and wine, and they are plentiful indeed.
Plentiful.
Dark Eldar. Let's talk about the Harlequins.
Harlequins.
What's the matter, Andy? Don't you want to have some fun?
Oh my
The Harlequins
god.
are
They look kind of like circusy. Yeah. Festive. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. My favorite boys, yeah. They actually hate Slaanesh as much as the Craft World Elder and work with them a bunch of times. Oh, okay. The Kari playstyle is generally either you win in the first turn or you lose. I don't know like how like the actual game works yet. Yeah, this is just the lore, but interesting. They're just silly little guys.
a bizarre race of Eldar. They're demonic clown performers.
Yeah,
they're like
clown
a weird
like
mix of
jester.
Sander Cohen from BioShock and Jin from League of Legends, but in a more clown theme. They're artists of death and perfecters of their craft. They do not belong to craft worlds or any of the weird Drukhari people. They guard something called the Black Library,
It's time
which is
to
this
clown.
giant tome of never-ending knowledge deep in the heart of the Eldar webway, and also guarded by their god named Kegorok, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He is the laughing god, but it's the
Looks
Eldar
scary.
laughing god? And these are the Harlequins, the Harlequin clowns. These are Eldar clowns.
They're space elf pirate ninja clowns. Wowee. Yeah, they do sound like just, silly guys.
Okay, so imagine the things that an Eldar...
Wait. I need to bring out my clown nose for this one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, there we go.
These depraved individuals would find funny. And this is the god of that. It's a horror. clown. These are gods of
Honk,
horror
honk.
for us normal people. For them, they're like, oh, it's so funny. They're all dying horribly.
I mean, clowns are pretty scary,
They're
right?
very bizarre and difficult to describe. They've escaped the ruinous powers of Slaanesh somehow, but their main thing is guarding that black library. And the Harlequins just... They're demon clown performers. They're barely 80 models on the tabletop.
I don't know. I think they look pretty scary. Probably just because of the clown aspect that I don't like clowns. Pennywise the dancing clown. What about that clown girl from Ace Attorney? Bro! She was getting memed on, right? I don't even remember why. Maybe I don't want to know. I have a big fear of clowns. Yeah, clowns are just so unsettling, right? Oh, yeah, you definitely don't want to see these guys in a dark alley.
They're good in melee. They're
Murderous
demon
tomfoolery.
clowns. I'm not sure. I got a quote. It is too easy for an Eldar to embrace the obscene virtues of chaos, for Slaanesh is nothing more than a manifestation of the Eldar mind in its most wild and unconstrained form. Human morality is meaningless to the Eldar, and to the dark side of the Eldar mind, all life is to be expended at a whim. Cruelty and generosity are but the impulse of a moment. Beauty and sensuality are virtues that can be expressed in bloodshed just as easily as in song. To an unfettered Eldar mind, there is neither sanity nor madness, but merely a wave of perfect existence fulfilled by its own savage momentum. They're very strange.
Yeah.
Harlequins, Drukhari, Eldar.
I don't know if that was supposed to like sound enlightening or something. Yeah, clowns do fall into the uncanny valley. That's probably why. Oh, because she was hot, that's it. Really? That was it? The clown girl has big badonkers. Big honkers that turned out just to be balloons. There's a fake booba scene? What? Okay. Well, I don't think I played the game where like the clown girl comes out, so I didn't know that they were fake. That's so silly. Oh, you need to? Okay, yeah, maybe now I should. Which game is it? which Phoenix Ace Attorney game is it? Yeah, I'm on both Twitch and YouTube. Hello, Drek on Twitch. Thank you. Thanks for the first time chat. They all talk in poetic riddles that are way too confusing to understand. That sounds like clown behavior right there.
They are an anomaly that make humans seem completely easy to understand in comparison. They range from rekindling their civilization to horrifying murder and also clowns. They're all over the place, but honestly,
clowns.
they represent quite well and are rather interesting, especially with the whole Slaanesh murdering everyone bit. So, yeah, Eldar. Now, bugs.
Oh,
They're following me.
no, not the bugs. Okay, let me get rid of my clown nose. No. Okay, you know what? Okay. The guy on here right now, he doesn't look too bug-like. Like I can see the resemblance, but like it's not like activating my, like he looks freaky, don't get me wrong, but it's not like making me like really freak out, right? You know what I mean? Yeah, so this is still okay. This is still in the realm of it's okay for me. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, they're just a little hungry. Oh my gosh. I would never want to encounter one. Getting bored by, bug monster is the last thing I'd ever want. Yeah, they look kind of more monster-like than bugs. But anyway, let's see. Tyranids.
The bugs.
The Tyranids.
Bugs.
Now, you want to talk something a lot more fun, a little more simple than all this crazy Eldar shenanigans? Let's talk the Tyranids. They're bugs. Do they look like Zerg? Hell yeah, they look like Zerg. You want to know why they look like Zerg? Because they were actually supposed to be what Zerg were. Apparently StarCraft was supposed to be a 40k game in the beginning, hence why they look so much like Eldar, Zerg, and the Imperium of Man. Like, kind of Space Marine-y, those Marines,
Yeah.
They look a little bit Space Marine-y to me. Maybe. I don't know. You really fucked up
They
on
look
that
very
one,
similar.
Games Workshop, didn't ya? Tyranids are a giant infestation of unfathomable proportions. These are giant, extremely bio-advanced hive mind organisms.
Oh my gosh. Time to get the really big bug spray. Yeah, we need a faction that just like comes out with really big bug spray and sprays these guys. That probably wouldn't do anything, but you know.
That are basically all about absorbing as much biomass as they possibly can to evolve and mutate to be extremely
that's the Necrons? Really?
potent and powerful and kill and eat anything in their path. They are probably the least evil faction in all of 40k because
least evil? Okay. They did, and then the Tyranids grew immune to the poison. Oh my gosh. Of course they did. They're like roaches.
all they want to do
they
is
evolved.
Eat shit. They want to nom nom the entire
gosh, you just want to
galaxy.
eat.
They hangry and we food.
Hangry.
Also, this Tyranid hive mind has a presence in the warp. In fact, Tyranids in their own right have a massive presence in the warp. They have a thing called the shadow in the warp specifically, where when they are coming in to invade a planet, they have this weird ability to kind of cut off the warp on all the psychers on that.
What the heck? That looks freaky. Bug spray does exist in 40k. It's called the Holy Flamer and the Melt-A-Gun. Let's go, bug spray! Ew! Don't send those emojis. They're so gross. That looks so gross. I don't even know why that's an emoji. Why do they have emoji? Me just casually dunking on Mataro's Oshimori. No! Stop sending it! Stop! They look so gross. Stop it! I'm gonna time you guys out. Oh my god, stop. No, I actually hate it. It gives me the GBs. Whatever.
Planet. And how do you get help across the stars? Well, you need the warp because you need that for interstellar travel. So with people unable to call for help from the Tyranids, these are just easy pickings. And an entire giant Tyranid hive fleet comes out of orbit and just will massacre, absorbing all that biomass and turning them and all of their other Tyranids into even more advanced monsters. They come in so many varieties.
Oh my god, I hate these.
Based on what is important.
I don't like them. They look gross.
Little rippers.
Sorry, I sneezed. I was like, they look gross. Sneeze. I'm allergic to them. Bless you. Thank you.
Forms for scouting and having little dudes eat people up, to the Hormagons, Termagants, and Genestealers, all the way to the Hive Guard and the Exocrines and the Swarm Lords, Hive Tyrants and their giant battle fleets, and even something as crazy as the Hierophant Bio-Titan. The Tyranids come in all forms and sizes depending on what they require. They're
huge.
Extremely good at anti-biological weaponry. There is no way you can plague them or blight them.
You can't plague them. Emuri's allergic to gross things. Understandable. Yeah! Their adaptability is amazing, though. You could develop a deadly virus that kills them, and they adapt within 1 to 2 generations. Wow. Wow, yeah, they seem kind of unstoppable.
Extremely strong armor, carapaces and such. Tyranids are nigh perfect organisms and are pretty spooky when it comes down to how they handle all of their genetic material. Keep feeding them, they'll keep evolving. They keep on creating new horrifying organisms to spread across the galaxy. And you know what the most terrifying part of the Tyranids is? We might be surrounded. There have been like around 6 or 7 Tyranid hive fleets. Behemoth, Kronos, all these different kinds of hive fleets.
And they spawn fast. Oh, yeah, that I guess that like kind of like that fits their bug-like nature. Scary.
And they've all arrived in the galaxy from different points. Different sections of the Milky Way galaxy have had different Tyranids come through.
Oh.
And that is horrifying.
Wow.
Because as far as we know, we could just be surrounded on all sides by Tyranids. The only reason you may not
That's
hear a whole lot
freaky.
about Tyranids is because it's a little bit hard to have a bunch of story.
Mom, I'm scared. Space sounds scary. I don't want to go further into space. There's just more Tyranids everywhere waiting. Yeah. The Tyranids came from another galaxy to the Milky Way. Join the 40k lore. It's interesting. Yeah. Hello, hello. Nah, space is awesome. No, I'm scared. Horrors beyond our comprehension. Yeah. Hello, Parito. Welcome. Irashai. Yeah, they in the goddamn walls.
New donation from the Holy Woomy with 69 nuggets off Toasted Chaos.
Ew! Ew, that's so gross! Get out! I don't want your donation. I want bug spray. Thank you for the Kofi. Arigato. How dare you include that in the message? Now I have to see it every single time I open my Kofi dashboard. Oh my gosh. Ew! Ew! Bleh. Not enough bug spray in the world for these guys? Yeah, they're like everywhere, right? Especially if they're surrounding the Milky Way. Like, how are you supposed to like take them out? Yeah. Tyranids are also a very recent addition to 40k lore rise. Oh, they are? Okay, okay. Interesting.
Off of one hive mind genocidal monsters. All these giant.
Also, I think I forgot to read your name, Woomy. Thank you for the Kofi Woomy, but also ew. Next time, give me bug spray instead. Ban me, I'll only come back stronger. Wow, spoken like a roach for real. That's what that sounds like what a roach would say.
Bugs swarming in, killing and eating everybody and evolving. I mean, as cool as there are some cool characters, the Swarm Lord, Old One Eye, you can't really have a whole bunch of major character-based stories around them. As awesome as they are, they're simple. They want to eat you.
Yeah.
They want to eat you and absorb your biomass.
Yeah, they don't have much plot to them other than they're coming for you and they're gonna come to eat you. And there's also a lot of them, you know? Shoot them with lava. Don't ask how. Just do it. Oh, are they weak to lava? Well, I guess that would make sense since they're bugs. You know, they gotta melt, right? They had surely they can adapt to magma, right? Yeah.
Simple bugs. If you want something a little more complex, talk Genestealer Cults.
I can have all the pot I want, I get around faster than walking, and wherever I need a seat, I can just sit on my balls.
Genestealer Cults are a special brand of Tyranid that can slowly infect themselves into different kinds of society.
What?
And by infecting
Wait,
them...
these guys are Tyranids? They look kind of like human-like. Well, I guess they're like, maybe they're like trying to be an imposter. Yeah, because he did say they like slowly kind of like infect themselves.
They can rise up to where they all pray and believe in these regular humans, pray and believe into their Tyranid hive mind gods. And these brood lords.
Oh, the humans that got injected with Tyranid genes. Oh, it's kind of like parasites. Yeah, it's literally Among Us. Among Us.
Lords and I think they're called patriarchs all can turn an entire world, all based into Genestealers, and these are called Genestealer Cults. An entire hive world of the Imperium can be turned into nothing but servants of the Tyranid masters just by infecting them and screwing with their genetic code a little bit. They also have this cool like Mad Max look, which is really neat. They are definitely one of the bigger threats to the Imperium besides Chaos. I keep saying biggest threat to the Imperium. They're up there though, because you, dingus, stepped on a bug in middle school.
The bugs are like, you'll regret this. The bugs 40,000 years later. Yeah. A single Genestealer can take down an entire planet if left unchecked. What? The Tyranids need to feed on planets, and there's an Inquisitor who decided, let's try starving them, and decided to bomb and destroy like 5+ planets to try doing that. Bruh. Did it work? Nat Coimony, welcome to Warhammer 40k lore. It didn't work? No, not really. Damn. It just slows them down a bit. Wow, they just keep coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Obviously it didn't. You can't stop them. They'll just find another way. Can't stop the infestation. Yeah, oh my gosh.
Asshole. There is a cancer eating at the Imperium. With each decade, it advances deeper, leaving drained, dead worlds in its wake.
Cancer.
This horror, this abomination, has thought and purpose that functions on an unimaginable galactic scale. And all we can do is to try to stop the swarms of bioengineer monsters it unleashes upon us by instinct. We have given the horror a name to salvage our fears. We call it the Tyranid race. But if it is aware of us, it must know us as nothing but prey. Tyranids.
That's ominous.
Cool. But are they as cool as the Orks?
Oh! Orks!
That means I'm super fast!
Orks,
I think a lot of you guys like the Orks, right? Yeah, let's go, Orks!
Orks. I fucking love Orks. So, yes, the green monsters, the green tide, the green skins.
I like green.
These Orks, they are in fact a race in 40k. The Orks are as exactly what you expect them. They have archaic weapons, they're big boys, they have axes, and they have got big old teeth, and they want to kill everything, and there are so many of them. The only reason they haven't taken over the entire galaxy is they can't stop murdering each other. Orks are so cool. Orks don't have philosophy. Orks don't have existential crisis. What matters is who's the biggest orc. You listen to that guy because he's the biggest orc.
Oh my god, they're just here to assert dominance, you know? Orcs are the only ones having a good time. Wow. They're kind of like the joke faction. Oh. Everyone else is for glory. These guys are for fun. Yeah, I see it now. They're just like trying to prove who's the biggest orc. Oh. The fun guys. The fungus. Orcs just wanna have fun. Alright, let's find out about the orcs.
Big orc knows best. You win through the power of imagination. Of all the races I have battled throughout the galaxy, the orc is the hardest to comprehend. They wage war with machines that should not work, care little for strategic gains, and are just as likely to slaughter each other as the enemy. How does one battle an enemy that defies all
They're
logic?
so whack.
As an orc...
Okay, I like that. I like that though. Yeah, like they just hit unga bunga, you know?
You're enjoying life. You're enjoying the life you're given. Your whole life and job and purpose is to get up and beat each other to death because you can. The biggest orc is the man who understands everything. He is the boss. And orcs have this really weird, like, big, dumb, stereotype British accent, which is just hilarious to me.
Thanks, UK. They believe red paint makes your cars faster. Painting red equals faster nods. Wait, isn't that proven though? In Gundam by Mr. Char. For orcs it works. Their ships hold together only because they believe they're the coolest. They're Aussies actually.
Those are orcs. You fight. You like to fight. Your whole purpose is to fight. You wage war because you want to wage war. You got your boss over there, and you better listen to the boss, because if you don't listen to the boss will squish you and make you an example for the other orcs. And then you can't fight because orc dead. And orc dead can't fight because the orc dead. Orcs. They scrap together machines out of parts that don't make any sense.
That's
and
cool.
because they believe, they have the mental imagination that machine will run, it'll run. If that machine...
Wow, they just make it happen. That's pretty cool. But for Char, everything he pilots just magically becomes faster. But also he paints it red, right? He paints it red, so therefore painting it red must be part of part of what's helping. I don't know. The psychic power is too strong, Yeah, if you have, mental power goes a long way. Mm-hmm. Yeah, red comet logic. Oh, he painted it gold sometimes? Really? Look, I haven't seen any UC. I was just like, I was just guessing based off like the little things I know.
It's out of gas. You're driving that machine with your fellow orcs, and the biggest orc is behind the wheel.
Yeah.
You run out of gas. Some orc behind you, like, oh, Zog, we're out of gas.
Zog!
And the big orc is like, no, we're not. I filled the fucking gas tank up earlier. And all the other orcs are like, oh yeah, you did do that. And then you turn the fucking mech back on, and it works again. Does
What?
It have...
They have like plot armor. With the power of imagination. Surely it can work.
gas? Probably not. But it works. The power of imagination. They paint things red because it makes them think they goes faster. They paint things purple because it's the sneakiest color. You want to know why? You ever seen a purple orc? Didn't fucking think so. Orcs are also like ancient as hell. They're back in the Aeldari time frame. But back then they were called Orks, and they were much larger and scarier and far more intelligent. Now they're just orcs, and they're big, dumb, and they smack things.
Orc.
But they're
hit hard.
Pretty spooky.
Hit good.
They're not very well armored, but they hit really hard.
I like hitting
hard.
hard.
It's called the Green Tide because there are so many orcs. There are about as many orcs as there are Tyranids.
Ooh.
Maybe more.
Wait,
Who
really?
knows? But they keep on, murdering each other, so it's not too bad of an issue. Orcs are entirely comic relief. Their stuff is slapped together. That makes no sense. Their vehicles don't...
So they are the fun guys. Okay.
work the way they're supposed to, but they work because they think it works, because they imagine that it works. Orcs care only about who is the biggest orc, and they will follow the biggest orc. And then if they want to be the biggest orc, they'll challenge the biggest orc. And then when they go and they issue a wah is just war in orc.
A wah!
They murder everybody and everything in this
A wah! We're going to wah! Wah never changes. Yeah, silly fun fungus folk.
giant tide of green orcs who are just excited to be hitting something. They don't care that they're hitting Eldar or the Imperium or Tau or anyone in between. They're just so they get to beat shit up. That's orcs. And
haven't seen any female orcs. Oh, you're right. How do they reproduce? Oh, someone in YouTube chat answered. Orcs don't procreate to grow their population. They're a type of fungus that releases spores. Oh, they're literally fungus. Okay. Wow, that really sounds powerful, actually. Oh, okay, so that's how they keep multiplying. Oh.
on the tabletop, they are a total coin flip, and they're really fun.
Ooh,
I have never met
coin flip. Also, thank you for the follow. Arigato. Yeah, they sound like they'd be really fun. Like, unpredictability is fun, right?
a salty orc player. I have never met someone who plays orcs and is ever just a bad guy. Or
yeah, they're not
that
sweaty.
Guy. Orc players have this kind of fun to them because when you play them, you are completely submitting yourself to RNG. So here's the
RNG! Let's go. Yeah, they're probably just like, yeah, whatever happens, happens, you know?
Guardsmen, Imperial Guardsmen, when they shoot, they roll a dice, and on a 4 up, they'll hit their target. They have a 50% chance. Space Marines, pretty good. They hit on a 3 or higher because they're well trained. Adeptus Custodians, they hit on 2s because they're super well trained.
Wow.
Orcs, they hit on a 5 or higher.
What?
But if they roll a 6, they get to make another shot.
Ooh.
With anything. From
Cool.
the dinkiest pistol to the biggest rocket launcher. It doesn't matter. Half of their stuff will blow up on a whim. One of their medics, if you roll a 1 to heal someone, you fuck up your surgery and you just kill an orc. They're so wacky and silly. But the thing is if you roll well, you roll high, and you keep rolling high, you are going to crush
Hit hard.
people. And if you don't, you lose.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you get when you play orcs. That's what happens when you play orc. It's a coin flip. Which is why you can't be a salty bitch when you play orcs, because things won't go your way. It's just the roll of the dice. You're playing a dice game. But if you're going to have fun and you want to be stupid and you want to be silly, you're gonna play some damn orcs. But on the opposite side of the fun part of this, let's talk about the Necrons.
Oh, are they not fun? Opposite side of fun. Oh boy. Are Necrons for the sweaty players? Oh, they're probably more complicated. I don't know. Literal mushrooms correct. So every orc that gets killed just releases more spores and you can never get rid of the orc infestation forever. Oh, you know, if I had to choose between orcs and Tyranids, I'd probably go orcs just because I'm totally not biased towards, you know, but I don't have a bug bias or anything. I don't like hate bugs or anything. Yeah, Necrons, let's go. I hear this super sweaty. Their MTG deck is really strong. Ooh. Not the Doomers. Necrons, eternally downer, guys. Here we go.
The Necrons are spooky, scary skeletons and very grimdark
Spooky,
again.
scary
They have a much
skeletons.
more fleshed out lore than before. Back in the day, they were just undead Egyptian space terminators, and they still look that way, but now they actually have a story. So way back in the day, you had the Necron tier. Kind of see a theme here: Aeldari, Eldar,
Yeah.
Orc, Necron tier. So the Necron tier were this race of generally kind of shitty people. Not because they were personally shitty, because their lives were awful. They were ill-fated to a horrible existence of like radiation and a terrible planet they lived on, and everything just really sucked. Being a Necron tier was just really depressing. They really were looking for immortality. They were extremely reliant on the hope that they would eventually find the key to living forever and just stave off this horrible nature that they were thrust upon them, and therefore they could become the most dominant race in the galaxy. And they found this group. They're called the Old Ones. Imagine them kind of like the Forerunners in Halo or the Xel'Naga in StarCraft, right?
Yeah.
These Old Ones were these strong, pretty much omnipotent beings, and they, of course, knew the key to immortality. So the Necrons went to them and said, please, show us your ways.
Yeah, give it to us.
And the Old Ones said, piss off. Not really. They were a lot more humble about it.
Yeah, they're like, we're not just gonna give it to you. Yeah. Yeah, orcs can be reasoned with to a degree. Yeah. They're not just like, I guess, like eat everything. I don't know, like the Tyranids. OG Necron lore was meh, but the retcon lore, the one in this video and the timeline one, is much more in-depthy. What's the most intelligent faction? They'll be my favorite forever. Oh, I have no idea. Does anyone know? Shikadab, hello, welcome. Yeah, life's bad, life sucked, no wife, that's a Necron tier. Poor Necron tiers. When I read about Necron lore, I feel like they're just constantly suffering and they want everyone to suffer more than them. Well, you know, misery loves company, right? Yeah. That is so depressing, though.
But they did not want to share their secret of immortality with the Necrons. The Necrons, of course, took this very well and waged war with them.
Yeah,
kind of under this united banner. The Necron different dynasties didn't really like each other. But under this one man, the Silent King, he thought the best way to unite his race was to do this giant war with the Old Ones as a spite for them keeping the secret of immortality to them. This was known as the War in Heaven, and this is actually a multi-stage war, because during this war in heaven, they discovered the Star Gods, a whole new race of people known as the Catan, or the Catan. These Star Gods were also very much like Old Ones, almost omnipotent beings, and they too had the key to immortality. And so the Necrons went to them and said, hey,
so broken.
Can you help us fight off the Old Ones? Can you help us kill these Old Ones, you, the Catan? And the Catan said yes. In fact, we can help provide you with the immortality you so desperately seek.
Oh, wow.
So the Silent King of the Necrons decided to make a pact with the Catan to allow them to accept this generous gift of immortality upon them. But this, of course, had been a horrendous trap, and the Necrons were dragged in chains to this biotransference where their flesh was stripped from them, replaced with nothing but a metal hollow shell as their soul.
Wait, I was gonna say, like, is there a catch to this? Why did the Catan just like go like, yeah, sure, you know, like what are they getting out of this, right? The most logical decision, pick a fight with gods. I know, right? They got debated. Oh no, is this why they're miserable? Yeah, always has a catch. Oh boy.
Were ripped from their body and fed to the Catan, and the Catan fattened up.
Wait. Go back. Okay.
A metal hollow shell as their souls were ripped from their body and fed to the Catan. And the Catan fattened up. They got chonk on the souls of the Necrons. As this was their plan all along, they consumed the flesh and souls of the Necron tier and turned them all into unwilling robotic slaves just to serve their will. And then with their new-founded Necron army, they pointed their guns at the old ones, and the Catan continued their domination of the stars and their genocide, complete and full genocide of these old ones. The old ones did their best.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yeah, this I guess this is what happens when you like, you know, yeah, when you ask for things and, you know, it comes at a price. Yeah. Yeah, they pick a fight with the gods just because they said no. And they thought the gift of immortality would come for free. Yeah, like, who would have thought? I guess they're immortal now, yeah. This was the most dangerous stream to watch during a Steam sale. I'm currently going to see what Warhammer games are on deals. Have fun shopping. Yeah, I mean, they got what they wanted, yeah. They did. The entire hand of the monkey's paw curled with that one. The Necrons have a weapon that's literally a map of the Milky Way galaxy that they can interact with in real time, so they can tap on a random star in the galaxy and make it go supernova. What? That's insane. What? They could just do that to anything? Huh. Yeah, the Catan said, sure, we'll give you immortality. Eats their souls and makes them into robots. Yeah, they're technically immortal. Yeah. Alright.
To stave it off, they even created other races, the Aeldari and the Orks, to try to fight off the horrifying Necron army and the Catan above them. But there was absolutely no possible chance for them. And the old ones were absolutely extinguished across the galaxy. Their entire race completely removed. Full-on 100% genocide.
Wow.
However, during all this, the Catan, so just infatuated with their victory, started fighting each other for fun, for sport, and for small difference.
Dude, it's like in Warhammer. It's like, okay, you're bored, you know, you fight. Like, you need something to do, you fight. You know, you fight for everything you fight for. They're literally bored and they start fighting. That's crazy. Yeah, we won. Now we fight something else. Each other. Fight everybody.
Doesn't matter. The Catan, with these overpowered people, they're going to eventually hit each other at some point.
Yeah.
And as they began just menially fighting each other, the Aeldari and the Orks actually started pushing on the Catan's borders a little bit, giving them a little bit of a run for their money. And as this continued, this is when the Silent King, who retained his consciousness, decided to leap into action and start a full-scale revolt against their Catan masters. And this revolt was bloody, as the entire Necron army was surged off to destroy these star gods. They were able to, just after suffering horrendous losses, were able to turn the tide of the war. And they took these Catan and they blasted them. Because as these star gods are unkillable, they were able to break them into thousands of shards and entrap them in giant stasis vaults to now actually be slaves to the Necrons. And with the Necrons having the entirety of their old gods enslaved to them, they realized that soon their race was about to be attacked by the overcoming new races, the Aeldari and the Orks. And so what they did is they retreated into giant stasis tombs in order to preserve their energy and their strength for when one day they would be reawakened and they would be able to rule the galaxy that was rightfully theirs. And then some dingus Adeptus Mechanicus guy diddled with a green console, and now the Necrons are back and they see all these primitive races on their lawns and they think, get the fuck off of it. The Necrons
So
are
much
back,
war.
super advanced, and they are here to reclaim the galaxy that they so rightfully believe is theirs. Now that tabletop.
Oh, the stasis thing was very interesting. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, catch the creator gods and Pokeballs to use in later battles. They put them in Pokeballs, true. Uno reverse slavery. Yeah, they're like, you did it to us, now you get it back. Yeah. Yeah, they took back their control. Dude, the Necron lore is very interesting. Yeah, I was very immersed in that. What if they think of themselves as that strong? Why did they go and hide in tombs and wait for it to pass? I don't know. They're like, we gotta recharge a bit after fighting the Catan or whatever. Yeah, they're the old guys on the porch telling those damn kids to get off their property. Yeah, they wake up and they come out and they're like, what is going on?
Like that. Tons of undead Egyptian skeleton robots that when they die, they just get right back up because they keep on reanimating. Hard to kill. Tons of crazy stuff. You can use the Catan themselves as units.
Okay, that looks so cool. Oh my gosh. For reference, when the Orks were first created, they weren't at all dumb. They were the sizes of small buildings, 3+ stories tall, and were super smart knowing quantum physics. And were also called the Quarks. Oh. That's how they help push back the Necrons. Oh, interesting. Oh.
It's to fight with. It's pretty cool. The Necrons are one of the 3 major events in 40k. The Horus Heresy, the Fall of the Eldar, and the Awakening of the Necrons are all pretty substantial events.
Okay.
And the Necrons themselves are pretty dang cool as well. Here's a good quote from a wonderful Dawn of War game. Lucky creatures, as long last you have found the tranquility of death. I was like you once, clinging to life and blind to the truth. When I uncovered the truth, I too shuddered and paled with fear. Deep in these catacombs, I was remade. Here, my brethren slumbered for eons while the living grew like weed. My Lord knew this day would come. He had plans for us all. We would purge this world once more. So come, poor victims of life. We will grant you tranquility in these crypts. Kronos will be a tomb world once more. Necrons are also
That's
pretty
a cool
smug.
quote.
Trace in the Infinite especially. A little dickhead. But
This is
speaking
Steal
of
Your Girl.
dickheads, last race. Let's talk the Tau.
One more.
The exact formation of the Tau Empire is not
Whoa,
entirely
Bricky.
understood. However,
Bricky, what's going on with your lower half there? That's what he does. He steals things. Ayo, what?
for a long time.
Ew, it's a space weaves. What? He becomes anime. Oh, so this is relevant. His attire is relevant.
Time ago, many thousands of years ago, in the 40k world that is, some Imperial navigation vessels were going around through different areas, and they saw a primitive race, blue people, smacking each other with sticks and stones. They thought, nah, dumb Xenos race, who gives a shit, and they bailed. Then this giant warp storm occurred right in that major area, unable to be breached. Then, once that warp storm 6,000 years later subsided, hello, those little sticks. Well, they decided to actually have no war of any kind and all just unite together under one flag of the Tau Empire. And now they have gigantic starships and Gundam robots and lasers and railguns and mechs, and they're here to ruin your day for the greater good. That is generally the Tau Empire. They have this kind of feeling of this homogenous group all species can go underneath the banner of the greater good. The greater good is their idea of the fundamental increase and help of all. In fact, they are most likely the most like the Covenant in Halo, where they have the overarching prophets, being the ethereals, who are actually kind of dicks and like to.
I haven't played Halo, but the actual Gundam faction. Oh, these are the guys, huh? Oh, Tao makes mechs that doesn't involve suffering. Yeah. The space anime faction. Oh.
Strings a little bit, but then you have all these different races directly underneath them, and they
is there more to them, more to the weeb jokes, or is it just because they have like Gundams that there's weeb jokes? I don't know. I need to watch.
all work together in this big group as this large, foreboding race that tries to spread their weirdly pseudo-religious influence across the galaxy.
He'll talk about it in a bit.
The alien is not intrinsically evil. Do not hate him. Pity him, his ignorance. Seek to understand his differences and equate him with his inadequacies. Only then will he accept his place in the greater good. That is generally the Tau. And if you're kind of wondering like what their mainly big shtick is, well, they're all about big robots and mechs. They have laser rifles and rail guns. They got giant mechs.
Yeah, look at those. The mechs look very anime compared to other factions. True. Yeah. Gundams, basically. They have Gundams and only use war to protect their race, and you can join them if you want to. Oh, okay. Friendship is power, yeah. Oh, their society is loosely based on Japan, and they use Japanese-like language. Oh my gosh. Alright, yeah. There you go. No wonder there's weeb jokes. He'll talk about it in a bit. Okay.
Tons of missile pods and heavy rail rifles and rail guns and burst cannons and ion accelerators and void shields and all this stuff. And that is generally what the Tau's all about. But you're probably thinking, Bricky, this doesn't sound that evil.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound
Why
very
is it evil?
grim, dark Warhammer. And you'd be right. The Tau Empire really don't have that much of a horrifying, grim, dark style like everybody else. They're much more younger, new age thing. In fact, they're probably a lot less evil and a lot even better than they are now back in the day because they liked having like that good guy faction. But a lot of us who really like the dark, depressing style of Warhammer didn't really like it that much. So, see, the Tau get a lot of hate, and a lot of that hate.
Wow, they really do look like anime mechy here. Yeah, I definitely do see it now. Now that, like, you've got all of them on the screen here.
It isn't necessarily unjustified. It's mainly from a tabletop perspective.
They're also very bright. They're like ultra light mode. Yeah.
As you can see from all the visuals I've shown you recently, they don't really fit in the 40k universe very well. They lack that super dark, dramatic, kind of high gothic level the Imperium has.
Yeah.
They don't have the weird kind of like grungy stuff that Chaos.
They look a little out of place.
And the Necrons and the Eldar have their own specific style as
now
well.
It's mentioned.
The Tau really do look like something out of Gundam. And while it isn't necessarily a bad thing, it does definitely not fit too well. There's that. There's also the tabletop problem. In tabletop, Tau are horrible at melee combat, but exceptional.
Wait, come on. I need to see that meme.
In tabletop, Tau are horrible.
Slaps Tau. See, it's easy.
At melee combat, but exceptionally good at range combat. So they blast everyone from really, really far away, and they have a million rules to make it so that it's nearly impossible for you to get into melee combat.
Oof.
So it basically just forces you to bottleneck the game into one specific gameplay style, which is gun to gun. And if you're doing gun to gun, they're going to win every time because they're the Tau, and the Tau are really damn good at shooting. So it's one of those things that make the Tau generally rather hated, and a lot of different reasons for that, both from style and such. But this is actually one of the things I wanted to end this video with, is that the Tau, while they have their issues, you should not be discouraged from playing them. I'll make plenty of Tau weeaboo jokes, of course I will, but it's all generally in good fun. Anyone who legitimately doesn't want you to play a faction is an idiot, and you shouldn't be giving them the time of day.
To be fair, this video was 4 years ago, true, and more books and lore have been released about the Tau showing more evil stuff. Oh, okay, so there's been new stuff since. Oh, gotcha. Going to dip now. Have a nice rest of the stream. Bye, my mono. See ya. Have a good rest of your day/night. Oh, they're super glass cannony, but they excel at range. They're a relatively young race lore-wise. They kind of look that way too. Yeah. Funny Bricky making weeb jokes, and now he's part of Weaver. Yeah, I saw him insert those anime references earlier in the videos.
Pick what you think is cool and what you like.
Yeah.
In Warhammer, especially now,
That's
factions
important.
get better and they get worse. They grow and then they fall. You should only be playing what you think is cool. You like the look, you like the models. If you're talking tabletop, that is what you should be going for every time, is what you think is badass, because things change all the time. But the universe of Warhammer has so much going for it. Every faction has something interesting, every character has a story, and there's a million stories to be told. The universe is vast and exciting, and while it is dark, depressing, and horrible, that is the damn charm. And out of everything I've told you in these two videos, is anything you could take away is the reason why so many of us are so into this series and why we like it so much. Because with so much variety, such an expansive universe, and so much that can be done, you can find yourself having a pretty great time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it has been informative to you. If you'd like to see more of me, Bricky, you have twitch.tv/Bricky for my streams. You have my merchandise site, in which I was wearing all of my merch, but underneath this, because
I was like, where is it?
So it wasn't black or white for the green screen, which is a little unfortunate, but it's fine. If you'd like to see merch, it is in the description. Also, if you'd like to support me on my Patreon page at patreon.com/Bricky for more videos like this, then that would also be wonderful.
Bricky.
So Twitch, merch, Patreon, anything if you want to support, that would be fantastic. I'd appreciate it. If not,
I like this music.
I'm stoked you got all the way to the end of the video, and that is enough for me.
Yay, I did it!
I'm going to be having some more content like this out in the future. Thank you so much for sticking around this long and being with me through this pretty rough time. That's, I think, all I got. Also, before I go, let me leave you with my favorite Warhammer quote.
Ooh.
He who scoffs at the power of the las gun has never ran through a field of 1,000 of them. Bye-bye.
The las gun. That was at the beginning of part 1. Alright. We made it, boys! We made it through part 1 and part 2. I believe the newest race are the Space Dwarves, as they're not mentioned in this video. Oh, wait, I've heard of the Space Dwarves before. Someone mentioned them. Oh, they're not in the... Oh, yeah, you're right. They were in the video. Okay, let me look it up. Space Dwarves 40k. They sound like something I like. I like dwarves. Wait, they look fun. Wait, I love the Space Dwarves. I already love how they look. I like the little men with the beards. Oh, man, I want to know their lore, too. Yeah, I'm interested in the Space Dwarves. I like... Who likes dwarves? I like dwarves. Yeah. Yeah, it's sounding very fantasy. They look very fantasy. Oh. Yeah. Yeah, they added dwarves, I guess. Watch a timeline of 40k lore video next. Yeah, I guess that would be the next one. Maybe for another stream. Yeah. Bricky does have stream on it. Not stream. Video. Rock and stone. Yeah, Ayo, I've learned a lot about 40k. Me too. Yeah, thank you, Bricky. Thank you for explaining, Bricky. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, that scared me. I thought it was part of the video. Like the video turned on again. Oh my gosh, Nova! Hello, Nova on Twitch. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Hello. Happy 3 years, Nova. Everyone wish Nova a happy 3-year anniversary. I believe she was celebrating it today. Yeah. Congratulations, Nova! Hello, everyone. I hope you had fun in the stream. Nova, I hope you had a good stream. It's nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Emuri, Nova's genmate from Glitchstars Dreamers. I am the cat-loving housewife that plays violin, likes Gunpla, and plays visual novels. Nice to meet you. Today, I was actually learning on Warhammer. Yeah, I was watching Bricky's Warhammer 40k factions explained, and we actually just finished. We just made it through part 2. So yeah. I love you too, Nova. I love her so much. She's so talented. She's so cool. She's so nice. I love her. And her new outfit, oh my gosh, if you guys haven't seen it, please go look at it. It's so nice. The bangs are chef's kiss. Mwah. That's my favorite part. I just like the bangs a lot. Yeah, happy anniversary, Nova. Just like Nova, I stream on both YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to catch me on whichever platform you guys prefer. Thank you for coming in today. Nyach, thank you for gifting a sub to Nova. Arigato. Thank you. You're too sweet. Thank you so much. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I finally, you know, today this was my first exposure to anything Warhammer 40k related. Yeah. I feel like I just you know, took in a lot of information. My brain has expanded. Oh. Yeah, what's everyone's favorite factions? You know, I'm kind of more interested, not gonna lie, in the game, in the tabletop game. Like, the lore was cool too, and I guess it was a really nice introduction, but I want to know more about the game. Because I liked it when he was talking about how each faction works, like, when they're in the game. Like, how you roll for their moves and stuff. Yeah. That was pretty cool. Josue, thank you so much for the super chat. Arigato. Thank you. I know some 40k lore from painting tutorials. If you like colorful and want to paint models, then a howl is great. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I think watching some of those, like, paint videos would be cool too. Yeah, I like colorful. Thank you for the recommendation. Yeah. Did you mention the Grey Knights? He did. Yeah. We did watch a bit about the Grey Knights. Oh, yeah. Super secret space marine faction that hunts demons, and they're all psychers. Yeah. The demon slayers. Were they part 1? I think they were. Yeah. Humans were part 1. Yeah, Bricky has a best army faction to start with, and he goes through all the playable races and describes how they play. Oh, cool. Okay. I want to watch that. Nice. Bricky has videos on all the intros. Tasukaru. Necrons, because space robots, but like evil robots. Yeah, the Necrons had interesting lore. I think I was most interested by their lore. I want to play the tabletop game. Yeah, the tabletop game seems so cool. Yeah. I wonder if you could play it like in tabletop sim or something. I know like IRL you have to like probably build the models and stuff, but yeah. I don't know. I wonder. You can? Okay, nice. I think you could like play just about anything in tabletop sim, so I have tabletop sim. Yeah. Miwa wants to play too. Hey yo, Glitch Stars playing tabletop Warhammer 40k? That might be really fun. I'd be super interested in that. We should do it. And also, hi, Logs. It's a pretty good video. Okay, well, it's next on my to-watch list. And also the timeline explained. But I think I'm interested in just, like, seeing how the game plays out. Lots of people play on Tabletop Sim. Yeah, Tabletop Sim is really cheap, too. You know, and, you know, you could just go right into the game instead of, like, IRL just, like, spending time putting the models together and painting them. But that's another part of the fun if you like DIY stuff. Imagine naming your species Necrons and not expecting to become undead. Yeah. I want to see Emuri paint an Imperial Knight. I don't know what I'd pick. There were just so many. Yeah. Necrons, Orks, Tyranids, Harlequins. Yeah, Chaos Astartes, Chaos Demons. Let me pull up part 1 real quick. This one?
This is
yeah. Part 1 there was Imperium, Imperial Guards, Space Marines, Dark Angels, Adeptus Mechanicus, Sisters of Battle. Oh, Sisters of Battle were interesting. I like this. Yeah, I remembered them as the Space Nuns. The Space Nuns were interesting. There's the Grey Knights, Imperial Knights, Adeptus Custodes, Inquisition, Assassinorum. I'm interested in the Space Dwarves as well, even though it wasn't in the video. Because they're cute. And then, also I think the Salamanders, was that what they're called? They're part of the Space Marines? Yeah, but they're green. Yeah, Space Nuns drop pods look like churches. Yeah, I think it's just really interesting. It's kind of funny. They just drop churches, literally. Oh yeah, the Imperial Knights with the huge night mechs. Yeah, they're cool too. Imperial, are they on here? Wait. Imperial Knights. Yeah. Yeah, these guys. They look fun when it comes to painting, for the kids. Yeah. You're right. Sisters of Battle, that's the name of a Hollow Knight boss. Wonder if it's a Warhammer 40k reference. Oh, Bricky did make a Hollow Knight reference, I think, during the video. Oh, that's why. It's probably why he made one. Thank you for the follows, by the way. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. Arigato. The gameplay is pretty simple. The strategy is a big part. Ooh. Yeah. Salamanders / Dark Angels / Space Wolves are all under the Space Marine faction. The Space Marine faction is very expansive, yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, one day there will be a Glitch Stars Warhammer 40k tabletop tourney. That would be really fun. As a leader of Dreamers, can you demand Nova to unban me, please? Stop asking me that! We already went over this. Stop asking me. Yeah, and you said I wasn't the leader anymore. You said it was Mogu next. Why is it me again, huh? There are 18 factions to choose as under Space Marines. That's so many. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. Arigato. Yeah. Hope if any of you guys are also, new to this, it was fun to watch. Warhammer めちゃくちゃいろいろあるね、本当に. Yeah. I'm excited to keep exploring this. Yeah. Thank you for the educational stream. It's all thanks to Bricky. Thank you, Bricky. I have learned. I should have put on my glasses. Let me grab my glasses. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yes, we did a lot of learning today. Space Marines games are excellent, by the way. Yeah, I noticed Space Marines have a couple of games. Yeah, I mean, I wasn't sure. I was trying to find a category for my stream today, so I just put it under, Space Marines since there was no general Warhammer one. Yeah, and that's a game. Yeah, smart. Honestly, a 40k game with Dreamers would be fire, but the issue is one map, yeah? I don't know much about it, but I could look into it. I just don't know enough about Warhammer yet. I'm still trying to learn. I think the weirdest faction to me was the Jester one. God, what were they called? I think they were in the second video. Let me go to second video real quick. The Harlequins. The Harlequins were so strange. Yeah. I was just like jesters. What the heck? Gunvolt is a fun 40k game. Not much in story though, just killing. Oh, wait, I've heard of Gunvolt. I didn't know it had anything to do with 40k. Look it up. Yeah. Gunvolt has to do with 40k? What? Well, yeah, I know this game. It has like cute anime looking characters. Yeah, right? It's a 40k game? Are we talking about the same thing? Yeah, wait a minute. Do you mean bolt gun? Yeah, maybe. Let me look up bolt gun. Yeah, okay. Bolt gun says Warhammer on it. Yeah. This is a Warhammer game. I'm like, Gunvolt? I don't think. Yeah, Gunvolt is sick though. More of a Mega Man style. Yeah. Okay, it's bolt gun. Gotcha. Yeah. Easy name to mix up. Yeah, it's very similar. You just flip the words. No worries. Yeah, tons of info. Yeah. Each faction has their own flavors for combat. I think that's the interesting part. And that's kind of like something I don't like. Just hearing about the lore doesn't really tell me much. Like I feel like I need to play the game to know that, right? That's why I'm interested in the game. Yeah. What is this cute hand pose, Moody? I didn't notice. Yeah, I have a hand pose. It's the holding my cheek pose. Yeah, let me pull up a pic of the space dwarves. Gosh, the painting on these kits looks so detailed. Maybe eventually I could attempt to paint a kit. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I would need to acquire paint as well. I don't even have paint. Like, I just do not paint anything. But the space dwarves look so cute. Why are they so cute? Here, let me show you guys. Here's just an example of what I found. Look at him. Look at their little beards. Their mustaches. I like the little men. Some kits come with paint. Oh my gosh, thank God. I need to get a kit that comes with paint then. Yeah, otherwise I just won't even know what to get. I need like a starter kit. Rock and stone. I didn't know they were in 40k. I love dwarves. Well, here's the faction for you then. That group of dwarves are probably $100 minimum. Let's go, money. The kits with paints only have one model, if I recall correctly. Oh no. Well, I guess it's like good enough for stream. Yeah, just one model. I mean, I don't think I could paint a bunch of models. It'd take too much time. Yeah. Newer models equals bigger price. Honestly, they remind me of Deep Rock Galactic. Oh, they do. Wait, was Deep Rock Galactic a Warhammer game? It has connections, maybe. I might be misremembering. Oh. I have a friend that likes to paint Warhammer figures. The details are crazy. Yeah, they are. It's not? Okay, I'm misremembering then. Probably just took inspiration. Maybe. Yeah. Deep Rock came out way later, so don't think so. Okay. DRG came out before these guys even got added to 40k. I see. At least you already have the tools for Gunpla. Yeah, but like I think, isn't it different? I don't know how Warhammer kits even work. I've never looked into this. Honestly, painting them is not that hard. I wasn't a big fan of painting them when I got into 40k, but I've painted hundreds of miniatures now. Oh, nice. Oh my gosh, I would love to see what you painted. I don't know, but who wouldn't want a gang of dwarves to place around the setup? I want a gang of dwarves. All right, it's almost midnight. Yeah, I should get going. But thank you guys. Thank you for today. It was super fun. Yeah, good night, Eden. Good night. Have a good shower. I'll get the Warhammer kits. Oh, yeah, they are like... Oh, yeah, you can cut them out with nippers and stuff like gunpla. Okay. Yeah, so I do have those tools. Yeah, I assume you could just use those on here as well. Plastic looks thicker. The runners look thicker. Yeah. Yeah, thank you once again, Nova, for the raid. I'm gonna find someone to raid into as well now. Yeah, like all things, it's a skill you develop. Yeah, you have to learn. Oh my gosh, Mom, yeah! All these raids before I end stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hello, Mavia. I hope you had a good stream. Mavia, Con Harpy. I hope you had fun with Pokemon. Yashai. Yeah, Harpy Raid. Mommy is a super good friend of mine. Be sure to check her out. Hi, everyone. I'm Emuri, the cat-loving housewife from Glitchstar's Dreamers. Yeah. I play the violin, I build gunpla, and I also really like visual novels. Today, I was learning about Warhammer 40k factions. We had a lot of lore dump today. I was taking in a lot of info. But yeah, it was really fun. It was my first exposure to Warhammer. Feel free to check out the VOD if you'd like to watch everything. Yeah, I'm about to end stream soon, so... But yeah, thank you. Thanks for the rain. Yeah, Mamia! I would love to look at Warhammer stuff with you. Yeah! I don't know much about it yet, but, I'm trying to learn. So I gotta remember to have fun learning. Thank you! Have a good rest of your day / night. Yeah! Otsu. Take it easy tonight. You too! Otsu! Mwah! Thank you so much, Mamia. Yeah, it's the Ricky videos. We watched part 1 and part 2. We watched a lot today, and these videos are long. They're like 1 hour each. Yeah, for the Emperor. Yeah, if you're with the humans, for the Emperor. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tomo Harpies. I am also both on YouTube and Twitch, so feel free to catch me wherever you like to. Alright, my next stream is gonna be tomorrow with Nova. She's gonna be teaching me Yu-Gi-Oh! But I won't be streaming it. It'll be over on her channel, so be sure to check it out. Next stream on my channel will be on Friday. I'll be playing Super Mario Party Jamboree with my friends Azu, Rico, and Isa. The Housewives Association. Yeah! dayon for the dayon god. Yeah, so see you guys there. Let me find someone to raid now. Thank you, everyone. Hi, I'm so excited for... Oh my gosh, so much learning today. So much learning this week, now that I think about it. First Warhammer and then Yu-Gi-Oh! Tomorrow. I hope the game's not too difficult. I tend to be a slow learner, so... But I think Nova's a really good teacher. Yeah, I'm excited. My Gemini Nova's gonna be teaching me her passion. See who is streaming. She is also the leader of Dreamers. Nova? You're talking about Nova? Not me, right? Nova? Yeah. At this point, everyone's a leader of the Dreamers. We're all leaders. Lazy Shinobi, thank you for the 25 months. Arigato. Thank you. Oh my gosh, wait. I think I have some friends streaming. Nice. I don't think they're multi-streaming though. Let me just check real quick. Hydrating. Okay, on YouTube, I am going to raid over to Mamie. Oh my gosh, wait, Mamie's literally... Mamie is literally doing a Warhammer 40k stream right now. I had no idea. Wait, this is perfect. Mamie! That's so perfect. That's so perfect for today. She's learning about the lore. Space Marines, I think? I don't know. That's what's on the thumbnail. Yeah, we can continue the Warhammer vibes for sure, for sure. Set that up. Let's go. I think she is doing YouTube only for that. Oh, whoops. Ah, Twitch, sorry. Twitch audio. Okay, there we go. All right, should be set up. Yay! And on Twitch, I am gonna send you guys over to Mogu. Yeah, Mogu. Also, my gen mate from Glitchers Dreamers. Oh, I think she's shopping. She's doing some shopping, yeah, for the Steam Spring Sale. You guys could check out what game she's eyeing. Maybe give her some recommendations. Alright. Sounds good. Alright, thank you everyone. Yeah, send a raid message. Here's the raid message. Here we go. Oh, sorry, I just muted my mic by accident. I meant to raise my hand down. I mean, lower my hand. Whoopsie. I'll catch you guys next stream. Emuri dayon. Thank you guys for today. Bye bye. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Mata ni. Bye bye. Emuri dayon. Sorry, I messed up. That was my BRB screen. Bye bye. We're ending. We're not BRBing. Bye bye.